I'm a loner here. Oh, look, here comes Froggy. Okay.
I made it.
All right.
I got a little retract.
Literally, as the theme song goes, Froggy appears at the door frame.
How did Fester call me to warn me about traffic, and I got here first?
Yeah, and there's no Roxanne, and listen, I don't know.
Did you get redirected?
Listen, I check. I mean, I do appreciate it. Andrew sent me a text this morning.
There wasn't a backup?
What?
There wasn't traffic?
What are you talking about?
Andrew sent me a text saying there's traffic.
Yes.
Take a different bridge.
Yes, I took a different bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Andrew texted me this morning, hey, accident on the Howard Franklin, some schmuck on wheels, literally, has caused some kind of an issue. Howard Franklin Bridge southbound across the bridge on the St. Pete side, right around where the 4th Street exit was and will be in the future, some kind of accident, and it's backed up.
Yes.
So I got a text, but also I check every morning before I leave. I don't rely on Jack. Remember we got caught in that traffic jam, I don't know, 3-4 months ago, where I was, 35, 40 minutes late for the show, and I had to do the show from my cell phone, stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic on the Howard Franklin. Ever
since then?
Since then, I do not leave my house in my driveway. Before I pull out into the street from my driveway, I check my maps, and I go
Not
check.
me.
I check. Well, that's the problem. That's why I didn't think that you'd be here.
I just go with the flow.
I thought if anyone was not going to be here, it would be you, because you don't check your texts, you don't answer your phone, you don't do anything. And Andrew,
In the morning, I don't. Yeah.
or Pat, our traffic guy, one or the other, or sometimes both, will send out a text. Hey guys, heads up, alert, 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 warning, 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 warning. Howard Franklin Bridge, don't take it, accident. And then Andrew sent me the text this morning. But again, I learned from the last time
Yes.
that I will not leave my house until I check the Google Maps, until I check the GPS in the car. And I push the little nav button, bring up the map, and of course it's tied in, I think, with Google Maps or whatever, and then whatever the traffic network is. And
My truck doesn't have those capabilities.
Well, why don't you get a new truck? You're allegedly making a ton of money selling your shelves.
Excuse
and this
me,
and that.
I don't need a new truck.
And this and that. And I want you to update, get a little tech going. But I check my GPS every morning, so I've got like a double backup. I'm waiting for Pat, our traffic guy, or Andrew, our producer, to text me. And then I also check my maps to see if there's a big red giant line on the Howard Franklin, or if it's green and smooth sailing. So I'm here, you're here, which I tell you what, I would have put $10,000 on the table.
Jeez.
That if anyone was going to be late today, it would be you, because you didn't get the message. Because typically, listen, I call you, you don't answer your phone. I text you, you don't respond back. So I mean, you're the most aloof.
I answer important texts and emails, not this nonsense that I get from you.
The Buccaneers. Did you watch that game yesterday?
Yeah, man. It was awful.
Oh, man.
The only game I watched all season.
Yeah, a couple of things on the Buccaneers. You know, they're still in first place.
Are you kidding me?
They're still in first place in the NFC South.
I think they played a mini Tom Brady yesterday, like a young version of Tom, that guy.
Yeah, what's his name? Purdy or something?
Purdy.
Oh, wow, you got
like the paintbrush.
You got a purdy mouth.
You got a purdy mouth, boy.
Was that Deliverance?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Get up here and squeal.
Come on, boy, squeal.
Squeal like a pig.
Anyway, so this Purdy guy, unbelievable. What is he, like fifth string or something?
I don't know. He just came out of nowhere like Rudy Rudiger.
Yeah, because Janine Garofalo, she didn't play because she's got that injured foot.
Oh yeah.
So Janine Garofalo didn't play. And then you got this Purdy kid that just had the game of his three-minute career.
I think he's going to have a good future after that game, I think.
Unless it was like a one-hit wonder. Unless he's just going to...
just sucks for the rest.
It was just... He's going to just stink it on up. It's just going to be a horror show. No, he looks like he's going to be very promising. And then a couple of things. Tom Brady threw 2 interceptions. Kind of sucked. I mean, it's like... And you saw those things coming like, no! In slow motion. No! Oh,
interception.
and then with a 35-7 score, and it being a goose egg for a while for the Buccaneers with nothing on the table, how many times were the announcers going to say, "Now this is Tom Brady's homecoming"? Because I guess he grew up. Roxanne's here. Welcome. All right, so he grew up a short distance away from San Mateo, I guess, where the stadium is, where they played. And the announcers, if I heard that one more time on the NFL on Fox, if I heard that one more time.
This is not the homecoming he was expecting.
Yeah. Oh, it's his backyard. It's his homecoming. He grew up just miles away from here. And what else did I hear? Oh, I heard that Tom Brady purchased 100 tickets for friends and family.
Ooh, they got a show.
So they could see the Bucs suck, but they're still number one. Hey, baby.
I don't understand it.
And they can lose like the next 2 games and still be...
What?
It's crazy.
What's happening?
Because the NFC is a disaster. The NFC South. Our division
is that bad?
Oh man, it sucks like an Orc, or sucks like a Dyson.
Like a Dyson.
Sucks like a Hoover.
When I think of suck, and I think Dyson.
Is that what you think? Anyway.
Where the hell is Fester? Is he okay? I mean,
yeah. So
I took the back way to get in. I went down McMullen booth. I just didn't take any chances. As soon as I saw that message from Andrew, I just went all the way down McMullen booth.
You took Tampa Road.
Mm-hmm.
So you came across, when you exit West Chase, is it Hillsborough still there, or is it already Tampa Road? You don't have any idea.
When I turned from Racetrack Road on to...
Oh, you turned from Racetrack.
Yes.
That's Tampa Road.
Then it's Tampa Road.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So Fester is nowhere to be seen. Fester calls me, "Hey, make sure you take an alternative route this morning." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a couple of steps ahead of you there, tough guy." And he's nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he took like 54 to US 19.
The one that I thought was going to be the latest of them all, mirror, mirror on the wall, who will be the latest of them all? And I thought it would be Froggy. Froggy was actually here just as the opening theme was opening. So
I get the gold star for the day.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you.
Yeah, I don't think so. 6:08, just getting rolling. A busy Monday program is on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Again, heads up, if you can avoid the Howard Franklin southbound, there's an accident just as you get over to the St. Pete side around the closed 4th Street exit. And what the hell's matter?
I hear him.
What's wrong with people? All right, 6:08 traffic's on. Let's grab Pat, get the latest, and avoid the Howard Franklin southbound.
Here we go. A little bit better news. Look.
Little Tom's Diner action, 6:20. It is a Monday morning, final week of MJ broadcasting, at least live, and maybe final week ever, at least for me. For those that have been asking, yes, my contract is up at the end of the month, and I have not re-signed anything else. So I do not have a new contract. So as of this point, I just don't know what the status is. I do have a meeting midweek with our new general manager. So he is not Jewish.
Yeah, nothing about
what was that?
De Castro
No,
tells me he's of the tribe.
you combined new and general and you turned it into Jew.
So our new general manager, I don't think he's Jewish. So our new general manager, I have a meeting Wednesday.
I mean, we won't hold that against him, will we?
What?
No, he's not Jewish.
What do you mean?
That's a little Mel. It's like a Mel Brooks joke.
It's a terrible joke.
He's not Jewish, man. We won't hold that against him.
So I do have a meeting midweek, but I'm leaving at the end of the week. Family, we're taking our break, so I don't know what the status is going to be. So yes, it's the contract countdown. Yes.
MJ's contract countdown. MJ's contract countdown.
Thank God you stuck to your word and didn't play any contract games like you're well known for.
No, I'm not.
No games.
That's what I said. I said thank God.
I am not playing games. I mean, the fact is,
Did I not say thank God you didn't?
I'm just being honest that I do not have a new contract and that it expires on December 31st at 11:59 p.m. So New Year's Eve, my contract expires. And I mean, I can't imagine if I'm meeting with the general manager on Wednesday, and we have a new general manager. So we got a new general manager, back in October?
Seems like a great guy.
Yeah, I think it was October. No, so the guy seems fine.
Yeah.
I mean, so far, I mean, my feelings, my perception of the new general manager, the new market manager, he seems like a really cool guy. But if I'm meeting with him listen, a lot of things have happened. And I was in negotiations with our prior general manager, but he's not here anymore. So all of the talks and discussions that I had with my prior general manager, Steve, those obviously left with him.
Just talk.
And then this new guy shows up. He's the new general manager, and he's got a jillion things he's got to get the speed on. I get it. I understand it. But I can't imagine if I'm meeting with him on Wednesday and I'm leaving after the show on Friday for a couple of weeks. I don't think anything's getting signed, at least by the time I leave here on Friday. I can't imagine that happening. My attorneys, my lawyers haven't even gotten involved because there's nothing to see. So
That's good.
All right, so there we have it. I'll let everyone know there are no games. I'm not playing. I'm just letting everyone know. And a lot of times in radio, you do not get to say goodbye. They throw you out, and that's it.
Yeah, your last show that you just did was your last show.
Yeah. Hey, hope you like doing your last show. So I'm just letting everyone know that if I don't come back, goodbye.
You'll be back.
Listen, I have no idea. Listen,
You don't have to. You'll be back.
Okay.
What are you invoking your psychic abilities?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm doing.
But
I'm
you
looking
don't
at a crystal
know.
ball.
You don't know
and-
the intricacies. You don't know the details. And I mean, there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of, issues that I can't control. There are some issues I can control. So I don't know why you're so confident.
I'm confident because
You don't know him
everybody
very well,
wants
do
to
you?
have it happen.
He likes to see people
So-
online say, "Please don't go."
No, that's not true.
I
I mean, that's what everybody said.
Say it again. What?
Everybody was commenting they would lose it if you left.
Who's they?
All of your commenters on Instagram.
Oh, on Instagram. Okay.
On your video yesterday, your State of the Union address.
Yeah, I did a little State of the Union address while I was walking the dogs on the, I think it was the 5-mile walk yesterday. Yeah, a little over 5 miles with the dogs. And hey, listen, that's a lot of time to kill. So I just rolled a State of the Union MJ message. And folks, if you don't get a chance to take a look at my Instagram, you should. If you're on Instagram and you're not following me, you should. I'm like just a couple away from 11,000.
Oh, we're all very proud of you.
Yeah, I'm closing in on the MJ 11,000. So if you didn't see my State of the Union address, when you get a chance later on, take a look. It's on my Instagram, which is Certified MJ Radio. Certified MJ Radio. And if you're not giving me a follow yet, have at it. Give me a follow and help get me to that 11,000 on Instagram. So, I did notice that. I didn't read all the comments yet, but I need to. I think I liked a bunch of them. I don't know if I like them all yet, and sometimes Chloe grabs my phone and likes my comments. She'll read me the comments, and so Chloe will read me some of it when she's home. She'll read me. Hey, Dad, you got a bunch of comments on this. Are you going to read them? I'm like, yeah, I try to read every single one. And then she's like, all right. And then she reads them to me. I'm going to like that one. I'm going to like that one. So Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. But Roxanne, I don't know how you can say, hey, I'll be back. I don't even know. There were just a ton of details. There were things that are just not even addressed yet.
Okay, if I was, at a cocktail party and someone was like, "Hey, what's going on? Is MJ coming back next year?" and they didn't listen to the show, but they just knew we did a show, and I would just say, or asked about you, I say, "Oh yeah, he'll be back. I can't wait. Yep, it's gonna be great." That's what I would say, and I would mean it.
Oh, and how's your food poisoning going?
It's much better. Thank you for asking.
Oh, no.
It was a one night ordeal, but it was bad.
Why does everyone in this room claim they have food poisoning? I have never had food poisoning.
I got it once from a bad lobster roll.
Yeah, I got food poisoning once in the late '90s off of a can of like a New England clam chowder
No,
soup.
you
Oh, boy.
didn't.
What do you
did
know
that.
when you have
It
it?
had the botulism.
Oh,
I think
hold
so.
on. So you ate a bloated can?
Ew.
Something was that clam chowder soup wasn't right.
Oh, but you finished the whole thing.
I've never had white
I'm
clam
glad
chowder.
you said clam chowder soup because I would have never figured out that the clam chowder was a soup.
Okay.
All right, what were the ends blown out? Were the ends distended?
Oh
Were
my
they?
God.
Were they?
Are you talking about his body?
Yeah, my ends were blown out like you wouldn't believe.
No.
Oh my God, it's like a week.
I'm talking about were the can ends? Were they all swollen? Were the
Ew.
cans botulized?
I don't
Can
know.
ends.
Listen, I've not had a bowl of white clam chowder soup in 25 years.
You could stop saying soup.
What does it matter if he
Everyone
says
knows
soup?
because it's redundant.
Why,
If you
'cause
say
it's chowder?
clam chowder, yes, chowder means soup.
It's like saying, just say clam soup.
Yeah.
Just
So
I had some
not had
clam soup.
I've not had clam soup in many years because of the botulism.
And you're claiming your only case of food poisoning was late 90s?
Ever.
I have never had food poisoning. Never.
Okay.
This was
You're
a
lucky.
And I think people just throw around it's all willy-nilly. People throw around the food. Oh, man, yeah, I had food poisoning. I can't tell me people tell me they got food poisoning. I'm like, what are you talking? I've never had it in my life.
Okay, sometimes I hear about people getting food poisoning. It seems to last for days. But for me, anytime I've ever had food poisoning, it's like as soon as I'm done throwing up, I'm good. I feel great. Like it doesn't linger. So that's how I was on Saturday. But I don't know what I got mine from. I've narrowed it down to two things: either a charcuterie plate or
It's a charcuterie.
Because-
Where was this? Was this something you made? Were you at
No,
a
no.
party? Were you at a restaurant?
we stopped by some friend's house, but it was like an impromptu thing, and it was like, "Oh, Roxanne, are you hungry?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm fine."
I have,
let
I have these dry molded meats.
Yeah.
Wait a
Let
second.
me-
You stopped at a friend's house and they had a charcuterie plate?
They put it together for me when I got there. Like, "Are you hungry? Let me get you something to eat," and started putting it together, and just grabbing whatever they had. So I ate
Oh,
the same
God.
thing as my kids all day, except for that.
So they slapped together some charcuterie.
Yeah.
Was this a get together or you just stopped by a friend's house?
It was like impromptu. It was like we saw each other one place, and then she said, "I'm her house is."
Man, so they just
Yeah.
went into their fridge and just pulled all kinds of old crap out of the drawers of
Okay.
the refrigerator.
I don't want to blame it on that.
You ate you know what? You just had a face full of bacteria is what you had.
It could have been. It could have been that. But then
Yeah.
later, I was drinking my water, and it tasted like arsenic. I mean, I've never tasted arsenic, but it tasted like poison.
What the hell?
What?
I
Wait,
was just drinking
hold on.
bottled water.
From where Your water or
At my
their
house.
water?
No, my house, my bottled water. And I was so thirsty, and I just took drank 8 ounces of it right out of the bottle.
Was
I
this
go,
a
"Oh my
new
gosh."
bottle of water, or is
Yeah,
this like
fresh.
one of your little bottles that you fill?
So I opened it, and it wasn't a bottle I filled. It was fresh water, a new
Was it a
bottle,
name
unopened.
brand?
Yes, it was name brand. It was the Roxanne name brand.
Roxanne uses bottled water named Roxanne water. She's such a narcissist.
And you don't think it tasted funny?
So I drank it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that doesn't taste right." And then I thought to myself,
Maybe your
what if-
tongue was already affected
Okay.
from your charcuterie plate,
Right.
which was all infected with spores.
Yeah, that
Right.
molded
Your-
salami affected
Yeah,
something.
Your
tastes-
friends gave you just a plate full of nasty spores.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it tasted
I want to see.
like,
I want to see Roxanne's charcuterie plate under a microscope.
The one that her friends just threw together when they
Yeah.
didn't have another one
Oh
for
my
other people.
God! So
it-
were you hurling?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's so MJ to give you a little information.
You do both.
No, I didn't do both. It just came out the top. And what happens is when you have food poisoning, you lie in bed, your stomach wakes you up. It's like hits like 6 hours later. Your stomach wakes you up like, can I just go back to bed? Maybe if I roll onto my left side, I'll feel better. That doesn't work. And it just wakes you up.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, I'm lying on my floor in the bathroom like you just want to feel that cold tile on your face.
Yeah,
and
listen,
you're-
I've heard you say we've been together for a little over 2 years now because, Fester, Froggy, and myself, we were all a crew prior. Roxanne, you joined us in October of 2020 when we relaunched the MJ Morning Show. And I think you claimed to have food poisoning maybe 5 times already
I think
since then.
maybe
and then,
half
and
of
then,
them are true.
And then Froggy's got food poisoning, I think, every other day. Froggy's complaining of food poisoning or something.
No, that's migraines.
Dude, you are a walking medical problem.
Yeah.
You've got migraines, you've got back problems, you've got food poisoning, you've got. Listen,
I've only had food poisoning once from a lobster roll, I told you, but I do
No.
have lots of back issues.
all right, 6:32, just getting rolling today. MJ Morning Show on Q105. Really good pile of morons in the news. Next, don't move. The moron. Speaking of morons of the news, it is that time, 6:39, MJ and the crew here. Did anyone hear anything about any of our employees here at Q105 or the Beasley Media Group? Did anyone fall for that fake phishing scam email that IT sent out? Anybody hear of anyone like clicking on the links? And Andrew, you hear anything in the building? I can't believe that unless they were listening to us, and I kind of mentioned the whole thing live on the air.
I'm glad you said that because I was working a promotion last week, and a couple of the guys there part-time guys who have email accounts here, and they're like, "Hey, I heard MJ talking about it." Then I see it in my email, and they deleted it right away.
Oh, really?
Because it says, like your package has arrived or something to that effect.
Your package is shipped. Yeah. So I don't know how many of you listening have IT departments where you work, and if they test you guys. We have to do these kind of creepy video modules every. And I haven't done one in like 6 or 8 months.
Isn't the guy who stars in him who's always screwing up, isn't his name Doug?
I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? There are actors who get paid to make these videos. I'm thinking,
it's like an industrial video.
Yes.
These are these industrial kind of internal videos. So our IT department, they obviously buy this package, and it's how to train your staff, how to not fall for like security issues, and how not to like crash or screw up your entire email system. Because, listen, major companies have fallen victim to these hackers and these like ransomware artists out there. In radio, the former Intercom, now called Odyssey, they don't have any stations here in the Tampa Bay market, but they own like the Odyssey app. And, our Beasley stations, Q105, MJ Morning Show, and others we're on the Odyssey app. We're on like a whole bunch of the streaming apps. So you can listen to our radio stations live on Odyssey. You can listen to us on the iHeart app. You can listen to us on the TuneIn app. You can go to, Q105, our website, myQ105, or go to mjmorningshow.com. You can listen to us live, or the myQ105 app. You can download and listen to us live. But the point is that other radio companies have been hit hard. Like that Odyssey, man, they got slammed. What about, Andrew, was that about a year ago for Odyssey?
I'd have to look that one up.
They got nailed.
All right, so the website...
Somebody opened up an email in their... I mean, they've got tons of radio stations. Somebody opened up an email, clicked on a link. The worm got into their system and just screwed them. Hey, Cox Media, they've got stations in our market. Cox Media, weren't they like offline? Weren't their websites, their email, weren't they screwed to the wall for like a month?
Yeah.
They got nailed as well. All right, so they test us here. And listen, I fully respect the fact that our IT department and our corporate folks, they don't want us ransomware or taken hostage. So we have these modules, these little videos we have to watch and then answer questions. And they'll test us every once in a while. I think they tested us like a year and a half ago. And then they tested us again. So we all got an email in our corporate email. And it was like, hey, your gift has shipped. And it looks like an invoice, and it's got a price of $35.95, and then there's tax and shipping, and then there are links. And, obviously that's what these phishing idiots rely on, are dopes that didn't order anything, but curiosity killed the cat, and you get an email, or it's your bank statement, there's a problem, or this and that. They just try to, hook you in with something. And then you start clicking on links, and before you know it, you've introduced a worm into your computer. So they send out this fake email, and there are all kinds of links, track your shipment, this, that. So the question is, how many idiots are going to say, I didn't order this? What do you mean? Let me click all these links. And the minute I saw that, I'm like, this is crap. This is garbage. This is a phishing test to see how many stupid employees within our company are going to click on these fake links for a spam phishing email.
I still haven't gotten my gift.
Andrew clicked it.
Yeah, no, he didn't. And I brought it up on the air. So you're telling me, Fester, that you worked with some interns or some part-timers that have email addresses. They heard me talk about it?
Yeah, I was out on Friday. I went to Orlando's Toy Drive, which is wrapped up on Saturday. But I was there talking to some of the guys, and one of the part-timers under the tent was like, yeah, I heard about it through the morning show.
So he was going to click on it?
Well, he heard about it from the morning show, so he knew not to. He didn't get to
the question is, would he have clicked on it if I had not said something?
I don't know.
Probably.
I can't change the universe to find out what his mind frame would have been, but he
And then
knew.
what happens with IT? If you click on the bogus email link, what do they do? If you click on it,
You're fired.
do
You're
they fire you? Do they show up with flashing red lights?
Is that a fireable offense for real?
I remember last time they tried this, they set out a very tersely worded email to the percentage of people who
You're a
clicked it.
moron!
Yeah.
You're a jackass!
Get
you
in the
could have
hole.
screwed us up. You could have taken down our websites and email for months like Odyssey Intercom and Cox Media. You idiots!
What if you're just a really big shopaholic and you're shopping so much and it's highly likely that you would be getting a package from somewhere and you click on it? Do they give you any break on that excuse?
Well, I think the other thing would be, why would this be coming to my corporate email? Am I shopping on my radio corporate email, or am I doing my e-commerce on my Gmail account, on my Yahoo, whatever the hell you have?
I bet you there's somebody who has their Amazon account linked to their Beasley Media Group email.
What? So IT can see everything you do? They can go in and see all your emails.
Somebody does.
Come on,
Not me.
I can't believe that anyone has personal. I use corporate email as little as possible.
Yeah.
I go sometimes weeks without even checking it.
That's not an
That's-
untrue statement.
Yeah,
If
and that's
it's
a good policy because you're not going to get busted. You're not going to get caught up in one of these traps.
Hey, if it's important, somebody will come find me. If it's that important,
That's right.
somebody will come get me.
If I have to attend the meeting, Ted will say, hey, we have a meeting to attend.
All right, so some internal morons in the news. Let's go external now. Don't throw coins in the zoo penguin enclosure.
What, the penguins?
Yeah, I
Aw.
got a penguin named Pichu who had to have surgery to pull a dime out of its throat because somebody threw coins.
That's a good shot.
Well, no, they didn't. They didn't throw the dime directly into the penguin mouth. They threw it like into the water, probably like making a wish deal.
That's not as fun as it just going, right in his mouth.
No,
Like you're at a fair.
you're not flicking the dime into the penguin's mouth. What is that? A new Midway Fair game you're coming up with?
Come, flick the penguin.
Flick. Hey, get a dime in the penguin's mouth and win a prize. Win a stuffed penguin. All right, now this happened at a zoo in Michigan. I guess what, Grand Rapids? I had no idea that Grand Rapids, Michigan has a zoo.
Oh,
Would you ever
zoos
think
everywhere.
Grand Rapids, Michigan Zoo?
Have you ever been to Grand Rapids?
Yeah, right.
Yes, I have.
It's quite the, it's a pretty good sized city. They have a zoo. The zoo has a goat. It has a penguin.
There's a penguin named Pichu had to have surgery to remove a dime that was most likely thrown into the habitat by some dopey visitor. Hey, I'm going to make a wish. I'm going to throw a dime into... Anyway, the penguin ate the dime, and then the dime got stuck in the penguin's throat. It's a Magellanic, Magellanic, Magellanic penguin named Pichu at the...
Magellanic.
Is it Magellanic?
Well, the
Mage-
Magellan was the name of the...
Yeah, Magellan was the explorer. Yeah, so Magellanic, maybe that's a Magellanic. There you go. Magellanic penguin Pichu at the John Ball Zoo in Grand Rapids. They had to remove a dime. X-ray showed this round metallic object. They used endoscopy equipment, and then the zoo's veterinarian had to remove the object. Turned out to be a dime.
Man, what an unfortunate name for a zoo.
Unfortunately, it's not uncommon for objects to be thrown into habitats at the zoo, said officials. Yeah. Oh, the silver dime closely resembled the shiny appearance of fish. What about the fact that it was Roosevelt's on the dime? What about the fact that FDR, does FDR look like a fish that a penguin should eat?
How dumb are penguins,
I mean,
dude?
I have an FDR fish joke, but I'll keep it to myself.
Unless it was a mercury dime, a real silver dime, or a pre 65, dime. Then 64 was the last year of the silver coinage. The 90%
I
silver.
found plenty of those metal
Yes.
detecting.
Yeah. So don't throw coins into the zoo enclosures. Don't be a dope. Hey, wet hay. Do you know wet hay can cause a fire?
Wet hay?
Wet hay.
That seems completely opposite to every piece of hay logic I ever thought of in my life.
It does. Hold on to that thought. I got the wet hay story. Then we've got thieves that have the ability to drive away with $600,000 worth of cars on a car lot. I mean, you don't have better security in a car lot where someone can drive off with $600,000 worth of cars? Hold on. And then we got the Grinch story coming up. Oh, and bad Amazon driver. Oh, boy. All right, all that next as Morons in the News roll on. Chunk 2 of the early Morons next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. If you're... 701 Monday morning. Welcome, everybody. We're highly appreciative of the fact that you check us out, listen to the MJ Morning Show. Took Chloe out to dinner on Saturday night, and I had no less than 20 people say hello at the restaurant in which we were at on Saturday night. At least 20 people saying, hey, MJ.
What restaurant?
Took Chloe to Burns on Saturday night because Julian got to go to Burns for Thanksgiving dinner, and then Chloe begged and begged and begged, and I'm like, all right. So
Burns, where everybody knows your name. Isn't that their slogan?
Yeah,
That's what it is for you.
For him, it is right.
where everybody knows your name. So there's a video that Chloe's begging me to post. Chloe captured me tasting some wine, and she's mocking me.
Is it better than the video I made comparing you to Miles from Sideways?
It might be close. Yeah. So Chloe, I'll probably do it sometime during the show today. But I was doing my, I was really trying to aerate the wine because it was spectacular. It was an older Rhone wine. And listen, I that's one of my vices. I love great red wine. And Chloe videos me, and then she makes a mockery of my wine tasting. So, yeah.
Do you put your nose in the glass and like huff it?
Yes,
he does.
Dude, you got to check out the bouquet. Of course you got to do that.
When do we drink it?
So, again, thanks for listening to the MJ Morning Show, folks. We really appreciate it. So, I know this sounds counterintuitive, but wet hay burned a freaking barn to the ground up in Michigan.
Yeah, how does that happen?
Yeah, wet hay. It's if you have a pile of wet hay, it's wet. How could it catch on fire?
Was it wet with lighter fluid?
No,
That would make sense.
it was wet with jet fuel. No, I guess when you have a pile of wet hay, if it starts to decompose, the decomposition can actually cause heat, and that heat could then in turn cause it to combust. And that's what happened. Firefighters showed up, and the entire barn was ablaze. The whole freaking thing burnt to the ground. Crews arrived to find this barn destroyed. The cause of the fire is believed to be a small amount of wet hay that had been recently stored inside a barn. Plant reactions and bacterial growth combined to raise the temperatures in even the driest hay bales, although most never catch on fire. But when hay is tightly packed and enough moisture gets in, conditions may be right for spontaneous hay combustion. Now, I've heard that with grass clippings. I knew somebody that had grass clippings in like a tool shed. I don't know why. And those things, it got so hot inside, the bacterial decay of the grass clippings caused like this heat pocket. And this happened in Virginia Beach when I was growing up. And it was like, it was a couple of streets down from us. And they had one of those, those wooden tool sheds.
Yeah.
You'll see them in the parking lot. The nice ones. If you go to like Home Depot or Lowe's.
The really nice ones.
Yeah.
In a lot.
Well,
Yeah.
they have them outside.
Right.
Like if you, like the Home Depot
Tough
ones.
sheds.
Is that what they are?
So this is
One
the
of them-
same kind of
they're,
logic.
they're not metal sheds. They're like wood-framed wooden sheds. And I know that I've seen them in the parking lot on display, like at the Home Depot in South Tampa.
Okay.
The one, south of Gandy. You pull on the right side, they have like those, I don't know if they're still there, but I've seen them.
I'm sure they're in front of
Right.
every home improvement place.
So I remember when I was growing up, this would have been, I don't know, early 80s in Virginia Beach. There's a couple of streets over. We heard all the commotion of the fire engines, and we went there. Their shed burnt to the ground. Because then they had their lawnmower in there, they had gas cans, and they were going, poof, poof, and they were blowing. And apparently the arson team came out, and they determined that it was black trash bags with grass clippings that for some reason they had in the tool shed, and it burnt the whole freaking thing to the ground.
Yeah.
And gas cans were exploding, motor oil, all kinds of crap in there. You got your two-stroke motor oil in there, just tons of combustible stuff. Their weed whackers were melted, their lawnmower was burnt to the ground, the whole damn thing.
So apparently this is a thing. I guess if you're a farmer, you know this.
I did not know. I didn't
Well-
know. Guess I hadn't thought about that. As soon as I saw the wet hay burn the whole freaking barn down, then I recalled, wait a sec. And I even thought about this. I probably have not thought about this in 40 years, about the place that burned to the ground near my old house in Virginia Beach. What were you going to say, Rox?
Mike in Northdale says he's seen wet hay catch fire, usually urine infused.
Yeah, what?
What?
I mean, I don't think he's being gross. Like
You're in trouble.
like a horse pee infused.
Oh, horse pee.
That's my guess. Yeah, spontaneous combustion.
Yeah. Clean a stall. It's
You ever
got
see a
moisture
horse
in it.
pee, man? That's like a lemonade hose, man. That's like
Ew.
opening up the spigot of a lemonade factory.
High pressure.
Yeah,
What do
absolutely.
they do in the middle of the street while they're pulling a family?
So, hey, just caution, folks. Wet grass clippings, wet hay, they can spontaneously destruct. Man, that shed, there was nothing left. There were like
Sure.
burnt out lawnmower frames in there. That was like it when it was done. All right, moving along with the morons in the news. I'm sorry, we have our Christmas party on Friday night. Is that true?
Is that true?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
right.
I've got to decide whether I'm going because, we're heading out on vacation like very early on Saturday morning. So I got to figure out whether I have the time to go to the Christmas party because I'm kind of a last minute packer.
It's kind of an earlier party, isn't it?
I think
Like,
it ends at 9.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're going to be out till like 1 a.m. getting lit with the ladies over in sales.
It's an open bar.
Ugh.
I didn't go to last year's Christmas party because I think I was already gone when they had it. I have not been to one of these Beasley Christmas parties. Do they have an open bar? Is this one of these companies where they make you pay for your liquor?
No, what it is, you get
Hold
there.
on. What do you think the answer is?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's a little of both. No, you
What do you
get
mean it's a
there-
little of both?
You get there and you get drink tickets, and you walk in and you see that salesperson who has the drink tickets. Like, here you go, MJ. Here's 5 for you and Michelle.
Why'd you
And
say
then-
open bar then?
Well, it is. I mean,
Oh,
that's
but you had
what's
to have a
happened. In the,
ticket?
yeah, you have
So
to have the ticket.
they have an open bar, but you have to have a ticket
And-
so the bar gets paid from
and
somebody.
it's easy to find.
I
tickets
saw
from
the
somebody.
email where our party is, and I think it's at
I
some
like that place.
It's at some hotel nearby.
Yeah, I like that place.
Yeah, it's at the La Quinta.
Now, do we know anything about this? Like food wise? Do they have a buffet?
Yeah, they
or?
always have good food.
So
They-
on the
yeah.
email that they sent,
Right.
it said heavy hors d'oeuvres,
Right.
open bar, karaoke, and assorted shenanigans, which I don't know exactly what that means, but it sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it's 6 to 9 p.m.
Assorted shenanigans. What is that?
Maybe it didn't say
It
shenanigans.
didn't say that.
Let's go.
Swinger party?
No.
The
Oh,
reason
God.
why I'm bringing this up, so we've got our Q105 Beasley Media Group Christmas party set for this coming Friday night. The reason why I bring this up is I wonder if we're going to have any fights with employees dressed in Christmas character outfits.
Like what kind of characters? Like
Well, this
Elf?
happened up in Michigan. I don't know what it is, man. Michigan's coming on strong with the morons in the news.
It's on fire today.
Literally, because we had the barn on fire. But a holiday party, and those get started early. I mean, the holiday parties really start almost like right after Thanksgiving because, a lot of companies, you can't get the venue sometimes. A lot of these venues are booked, so...
Dude, let's get it out of the way now
Yeah.
because last thing I want to think about the week of Christmas is my coworkers.
Well, a holiday party broke out into a nasty fight. You had employees in various costumes. One of the coworkers was wearing a reindeer costume. Another one was dressed as the Grinch. And you have the Grinch has been charged with assault and battery, according to police reports. Officers were called late Saturday night to a hotel up in Traverse City, Michigan. A work Christmas party turned into a big old brawl in the bar area. The men involved in the fight are employed by a local oil and gas equipment company.
Wow.
The cops showed up, but before they did, the dispute spilled out of the bar and into the main lobby of Hotel Indigo. Employee Kerry Stock told police she saw the man in the green Grinch outfit fighting and yelling back and forth with a man wearing a plaid jacket. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Ah, son of a bitch! At this point, the hotel employee, Jared Archibald, 35, tried to intervene. So there was a fight. You got this? The Grinch guy was getting into a fight with a guy with a plaid suit on.
Yeah.
Which is what you
Then-
can expect from the Grinch.
A 35-year-old hotel employee by the name of Jared, he tried to break things up. And that's when a male in a reindeer costume grabbed him, pushed him backward. Then with this guy, Jared, on the ground, the employee, the Grinch, started pummeling the hotel worker in the face.
Yeah.
So you got the reindeer and the Grinch working in cahoots to beat the living crap out of the hotel employee, this Jared guy.
That would never happen in real life. The
Anyway.
Grinch would be a team member with a reindeer.
Well, the Grinch has like a dog.
He has
with, like-
Max, the
Yeah,
dog.
Yeah, the
The-
dog with the horns.
The Grinch was identified as Tucker Lee Davis, 30. When questioned by police, Davis, whom Archibald described as being drunk and angry, Archibald is Jared, the guy on the ground getting pummeled. I guess he reported to being or I guess copped or admitted to being the aggressor. And they were booked into the Traverse County Jail.
All right, MJ, this is a weird time of year for a lot of people and their employment status. Because every year there's stories of just Christmas party episodes that greatly affect your employment. I mean,
Drunk, out of control, Getting
Hookups.
handsy, hookups, absolutely.
Was there a mug shot? Were they in the Grinch?
Oh yeah.
costume?
They're in the Grinch costume in the mugshot. That's perfect. That's the best.
No,
part.
no, the mug shot I saw. I'm looking at the mug shot of the
You
guy.
still that green neck paint.
Yeah, I saw this on the Smoking Gun. You can take a look. No, he's not. He's not still in the Grinch outfit.
That sucks.
Aw.
Yeah. But no, you're right. You've got a lot of issues. A lot of Christmas parties around the country will end in firings because some people will act inappropriately. You've got some people who get drunk and they'll start, bitching out the boss. You'll have someone grab the microphone.
I would say, just if you think you have those tendencies, just one drink minimum. Just allow yourself
Yes.
one drink at the party.
Boy.
You probably won't
Boy,
fight
you
anyone.
sound like the worst motivational speaker at an AA meeting.
And if you're single,
Just have one.
if you're single, make sure you bring a Kim Basinger type date.
Yeah.
Yes, Andrew.
Yeah, you know that some people who aren't drinkers are going to hand their extra tickets off.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, that's true.
That's what always happens.
Yeah, and then I'm sure we'll have some drunk people. I just don't know if I'm going to the Christmas party. And listen, I don't even know if I'm going to be working here.
It might be the MJ farewell party.
It could be the MJ farewell party.
Do you want me to have a banner made?
Since my contract expires at the end of the month and I have no new contract yet.
I could have a banner made. They have this big fancy party.
Farewell, MJ.
Yeah, have his big farewell MJ banner.
Goodbye, MJ. Thanks for 2 great years.
Too great.
I don't know if I put great there.
That's what you ought to do. Hey, guys, do you remember the guy that got pummeled at Madison Square Garden? Remember we talked about the video? There was up in New York. This is crazy. If you remember, there was a guy, and that went viral. The guy was leaving was it a hockey game, I think?
Wasn't it a Lightning fan?
Yes, it was a Lightning
It was a
fan.
Lightning fan.
Right.
It was a hockey game
Right.
during the playoffs last year.
Remember that story?
Now,
There's an offshoot. So the hockey fan got pummeled. He got just decked at Madison Square Garden up in New York. And that's right. Turned out it was but that's not why I'm telling the story. But apparently he was a Lightning fan. You've got to hear what has happened to the lawyers representing the fan that got pummeled. This is crazy. This is insane. Also, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hear the crew completely destroy me coming up in the next segment as well. There is a lot. The long chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next here on Q105. I want you to forget about all the talk of higher prices. .105. Hey, folks, MJ here with Roxanne, Froggy, Fester, 724, and boom. Just like that, we begin this long stretch of the MJ Morning Show. We do it every morning, sometime between like 7:22, 7:24. Just depends how we're running. It is 7:24, so we're on the later side here, but don't worry, I'll go a little late on the back end. All right, couple of things that I didn't get to that I teased. Let me get these out of the way. First of all, you got some really crap bag security if you're a car dealership and thieves are able to drive away with $600,000 worth of stolen cars.
I mean, in one fell swoop?
Boom, one after another. 10 vehicles stolen from John Heister. I love it. The name is Heister. The big heist at Heister, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in North Carolina. Lillington, North Carolina. I have no idea where this is, but just a heads up this is a public service from the MJ Morning Show for all of our car dealership friends that are operating here in the Tampa Bay area, or maybe you're listening in another state on the app or streaming or whatever podcast. 10 vehicles stolen from John Heister, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Early Friday morning, one by one, the expensive models, high-end, highest price on the lot.
All right, if you're going to steal from a Dodge dealership.
They were targeted. They were targeting the most expensive vehicles on the lot, and they were driven off. Elaborate plot captured on security cameras. That's great. So the security cameras, they captured the heist at John Heister, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. And the security cameras just made for good viewing after the fact. Clearly it didn't do much. The plot was captured on their security cameras. Multiple individuals broke into the vehicles about 4:30 in the morning. John Heister, can't believe he had a heist at the car dealership, and the name of the guy is Heister. John Heister indicated these large-scale thefts seem to be part of a car theft ring, and I guess they've been happening through the Carolinas. Yeah, the value of the lost car is over $600,000, including a Corvette convertible, which was on the used side, a Durango SRT, multiple high-end Hemi Challengers, and there was even damage to the building. How about that? Other major dealerships have been hit in recent weeks and months.
Yeah, but if your name is Heister, you're actually begging to get rolled.
The big heist
You
at
never
Heister.
been to Robus, Plymouth?
I'm sorry, say that again? We can't all talk at the same time.
Yeah.
But we've got no line of sight in the studio. That's a big part of the contract. That's part of the big contract problem here is I can't work in the studio anymore because we got no line of sight. It's, it's just a terrible, terrible operation to do a morning
We
show.
could just all work from home.
I'm sorry, what?
We could all work from
I
home,
mean, how much worse could it be?
Yeah.
and then we could just dial
You know
in.
what?
Yeah.
It would probably be better if we just had no sight whatsoever and we were just blind at home with a microphone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was thinking when you said this was a Dodge dealer that it was going to be like those Challengers and Chargers. Because
It was.
It was.
But I didn't think it was going to be like
Corvette.
48 Dodge Neons. Yeah, of
Well,
course
they don't make the Neon since like 2011.
What's the cheap Dodge car? The Dart. They still make the Dart, the Dodge
I have
Dart.
no idea. But they stole the Durango SRT, and then I think the SRT has the special, I think it has a Hemi engine in it. You've got multiple Challengers. I said multiple Challengers.
Yeah, I'm saying that's what I would assume they would steal. But I remember videos of back when they were like,
Oh, that's what they did steal. But
so
Froggy and I are looking at you saying, what? Huh?
Okay, well, I'm going to ask a question. You may have already said the answer
Yeah.
to this, but did you know this happened within a 15-minute window?
Yes. They swarmed the dealership. They had a bunch of guys. It was coordinated, and they went in. They had a pack of thieves. They busted into the cars, and they ripped them off one after another. They drove off like in a parade.
It's like a flash mob. Immediate.
That's what it is, a flash mob of thieves stealing all the high-end pieces.
$600,000 in vehicles. All right. So heads up, Tampa Bay area car dealerships, because the Carolinas have been getting hit. I mean, how long before it moves down into Georgia and into Florida here?
Are they going to part these things out?
I always thought that, you know the episode of The Sopranos where they stole all the cars in front of the rich people's wedding? I always thought that was a great way to steal a bunch of cars.
Let's not give people ideas. Anyway, as far as parting them out, Fester, with stolen cars, a couple of things happen. You either chop them down and you sell the parts, the motor, the transmission, all the quarter panels, the exhaust, the catalytic converter, the computer, the airbags. So a lot of times you can part out a car and sell the parts for more than the car worth. So that's number one. But number two, some of these car theft rings, they're able to get these cars into containers and get them shipped to like South America.
Sicily.
I know that Russia at one point stolen cars from the U.S., especially high-end cars, some of those were going over to Russia or some of the old Russian breakaway republics.
All right, so we see Putin in like a Charger Hemi.
It came from John Heister, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram.
Yes, give me the Hellcat.
I'll take the Hellcat.
Yes.
One of our texters just reminded me of that movie Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Remember that
Oh,
movie
yeah.
with Nicolas Cage
Absolutely.
and
Yep.
Angelina Jolie as a blonde?
Sure do. All right, Amazon update here. A couple of things on Amazon. How does one expect to get away with this? First of all, do you know what an Amazon Flex driver is?
What?
Do you know what an Amazon Flex driver is?
I mean, what, like somebody that fills in or a contract person?
Well, you're close. The Amazon Flex drivers, FLEX, the Flex drivers, they're the ones who use their own vehicles to deliver packages.
Dude, that scared the hell out of my wife a couple of months ago. We had some pillows delivered from a retail store.
Right.
And they had the guy deliver it in like his beat up car. And she's like, who the bleep is pulling up in front of our yard? And then this guy gets out with no badging on. And we're like, my wife's like,
We've kind of come full circle because do you remember Amazon early on used to have like Laser Ship, and Laser Ship, they used to have magnetic stickers on beat to crap old Chryslers. People were driving, because I remember at the old place when we were doing the MJ Morning Show, this goes back to, FLZ days. So this would have been like 2009, 2010, sort of more early Amazon days. And you'd see these beat up clunkers pull into our parking lot on Gandy in front of the old studio lobby. And I used to get all my packages delivered to the radio station. And you'd see some Buick, like some Buick Century that looks about a century old. And you know why they call it the Buick Century?
Whoa.
Because the average age of the drivers was a century.
I like the Century.
So they'd pull up and you'd get these like old cars, just like the doors all bashed in, rusted out, and they just pop out with your shipment. And those were like the early days of Laser Ship delivering for Amazon, and now it's like we've come full circle. You have the big Amazon vans that you see go through the neighborhoods, and then you also will have private vehicle drivers. Those are the Flex drivers, and I don't know how this idiot thought they could get away with this. This happened up in New Hampshire. Rebecca Daigle arrested, charged with theft by unauthorized taking. She was a Flex driver, but she was just picking up packages and like keeping a bunch of them. I mean, you're only going to go so far.
Yeah.
So Amazon knows you're a Flex driver. You're driving and delivering packages in your own vehicle. They know the packages that you have. If you keep them, the people who are supposed to get their orders, they're going to complain. It's not going to be a perpetual gimmick that you're pulling off. it's going to be fairly quickly that they're going to realize that a bunch of your packages are not getting delivered to the customers, and they're going to put this thing together. It's not a tough deal. This is like the dumbest, easiest Scooby-Doo mystery of all time. Zoink, Scoob! The flex driver for Amazon is stealing the dog bones. They're stealing the greenies. Exactly. I just don't understand people. So the flex driver has been arrested. Officers have learned that this Daigle was just, picking up the packages and not delivering them, just keeping them, opening the boxes and seeing what you're gonna get caught very, very quickly, you idiot.
Is your wife a crazy tracker on her packages? Like
Her packages or packages?
We've left the house deliberately later because my wife's like, my package is 6 stops away.
Oh, jeez.
We don't have to leave now. Let's wait.
So your wife wants to wait until the package is delivered?
I mean, if she knows it's in the single digits
I know
away.
on Amazon, I try not to order from Amazon. I try to order from smaller business. Like, for instance.
Not me,
Like
baby.
Home Depot.
Only
Hey,
Amazon.
Hey, listen, let me give you an example. I bought a new knife a while ago, and I liked it so much that I bought a couple more. I've been meaning to do
a knife? What are you going to do with that? You going to murder something?
Yeah, he's gonna
Dude,
pull an OJ?
No,
Yeah.
for my kitchen, for my prep. I cook a lot. Check my Instagram
a
out.
cooking knife, not a killing knife.
No,
I thought-
okay.
or maybe it got into whittling or something.
A chef knife.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Ginzu?
No, it's not
Can
a
it cut through
Ginsu.
a boot?
All right, so here's the deal.
And then it can't.
I've been meaning, I'm going to give you an example on something on Amazon. A lot of people don't realize that Amazon does not always have the best prices. A lot of time, Amazon prices are too damn high.
Yeah, but it'll be there in an hour.
Well, guess what? Would you rather it be there in an hour, or you'd like to save $40 on the same item?
I mean, it depends
Hour.
what it is.
Let me give you an example.
All right.
So for a long time, I had read the Kitchen Confidential book by Anthony Bourdain. Great book. Anyone in here read Bourdain Kitchen
No,
Confidential?
but I've heard you talk about that before.
Yeah.
You're a big fan.
Yeah.
Literacy is not my
I
strongest.
got bored with it.
You didn't. Anyway, I like Bourdain. I've always liked Bourdain. Always loved his TV shows.
Yeah, you're
just
turning into him.
brilliantly written. What?
You're sort of acting like him with your fine dining and cooking. I think you're really turning into.
Yeah,
you're going to
okay.
get sleeves.
All
You're
right.
going to get tattoos.
All right. So no. So in his book Kitchen Confidential, Bourdain talked about the only knife you need is an 8-inch Global chef's knife, and it's made by Global. Global is a Japanese company. It's high quality, made in Japan. And you know what? I said, I'm going to listen to Bourdain on this one. So a couple of months back, I ordered my first Global 8-inch chef's knife. And I was searching online, and I found a company out of Illinois, just a small company called Cutlery and More. And I have no connection, no affiliation with them. But I ordered the chef knife, and it was cheaper than Amazon. And I like the knife so much, I actually ordered another one and then ordered some paring knives. And I'll give you an example on why Amazon is not always cheapest. This is a real deal, is in that from Cutlery and More, I bought that's not the one. It's just the regular. It doesn't have the.
What is that cheesy thing, Fesher? Come on, get
All
the
right, so
real knife.
All right. So hang on a minute. Let me tell the story. I found the 8-inch Global chef's knife, the regular standard one. Amazon has it for $125, and I bought it from this other company for like $89.
Whoa.
That is a big freaking difference.
How long did it take you to get it?
And free shipping as well. So they know they have to compete with Amazon. And it took 2 days. It shipped from Illinois, and it got here in 2 days like UPS. So that's just an example that Amazon does not always have the best prices. And here's a smaller company, a family-owned company in Illinois called Cutlery and More. And I bought the knife there for $89.95 instead of $124.95 on Amazon.
I'd rather support Jeffrey Bezos.
Yeah, I want to see him go to the moon. And
I want to see him buy the moon.
I want to see
Yeah.
him buy just more pairs of tight jeans that are probably like $50,000 a pair.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you guys an example. So this Amazon Flex lady is just ripping the stuff off. All right, what is Andrew saying? I got a call on line one? Hang on a minute. I guess it's an Amazon Flex driver, John. Hey, John, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, MJ, I just wanted to let you know I drove my own vehicle doing the Amazon thing. It really wasn't worth it. One day, I did it just one day. But it would not be that hard to keep the packages, because you would have to set the package in front of the door and then step back and take a picture of that package.
And then you, after you take the picture, then you take it with you?
Yeah, you just take. Well, it's on your phone. I guess it's just there in case. I think it gets I don't know if it gets sent back to the company that the picture. I can't remember what, but you have to take a picture of every package in front of the place that you drop it.
Right, and on my app, when we do order Amazon, I'll see a picture of the package left at my gate.
Yes, but the problem is, what's going to keep a driver from taking the picture of the package and then just picking the package up and taking it back to his car, and there he is. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, is that they could try to suggest proof of delivery by taking a picture that it was left, and then you upload the picture, and you just take it with you.
See,
unless they have a Ring doorbell and they capture the whole shenanigans.
Did you say, sir, that you did this job for one day?
Just one. Yeah.
But that's I just wanted. I didn't want to give anybody ideas.
All right, but hang on. Why did you do the job for only one day? Fester wants to know.
Well, at the time, I was living in Omaha, Nebraska, and I would have to take all these packages to Lincoln, Nebraska, and we got paid nothing for the trip to Lincoln, which was about an hour or maybe a little over an hour.
Hold on. They wanted you to drive an hour, and they didn't give you any mileage or any pay to drive to stinking Lincoln?
Yes, exactly. No compensation for the drive to Lincoln.
Hey, John, can I ask what kind of vehicle you were driving?
I have a Toyota Prius. I still have the same vehicle.
All right, well, obviously a more economical vehicle as far as gas mileage.
Yeah, how
now,
many packages can you fit in the Prius?
now, John, don't take offense to this. John, that's a good question. How many
All
packages?
right, boss, I got my 3 packages. I'll see you in a couple hours.
In the Prius. All right, John, don't take offense to this. But I typically hate Prius drivers because they hog the left lane and they almost always drive under the speed limit.
Oh, geez. Well, I drive now right here in St. Pete, but I work for Lyft, driving people around.
All right, but are you one of those slow-ass Prius drivers?
Nope. I get people where they got to go quickly.
All right, but have you noticed that Prius drivers sometimes are like slow drivers, and they'll block lanes and they won't do the speed limit? Yeah.
Oh, I do definitely notice that. But
Sometimes Prius drive in the bike lane.
I don't know if I've seen that.
I just drove a guy this morning that he got hit on his electric bike on Friday. He said he woke up in the ambulance. Doesn't know what he did.
Was it Simon Cowell?
Hey, John, thanks for the call, buddy. I appreciate it.
Take care.
Thanks, man. Thanks for listening. No, but, and I don't mean to disparage all Prius drivers, but I'm telling you, ask Michelle. Whenever we're driving somewhere, 99 times out of 100, if you got a slow car that's just blocking traffic, it's a Prius.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Hey, take
Why?
notice. I don't know.
Just don't. Do they have a governor on fast they can
No,
go?
Prius drivers are just generally, they're slow drivers, and they generally blow. I'm just being honest. That's been my...
Or you can say efficient driver.
No, they just blow.
They
I
blow.
That's just been my observation. I'm telling you that it just, when I see slow, bad drivers clogging up the works, it's like, look, it's a Prius.
Great.
It's a Prius. I mentioned this crazy aftermath story. I teased this regarding the fan that was pummeled at Madison Square Garden. I had forgotten that it was a Lightning fan. So
it was last season's playoffs. I think the Lightning won. Obviously,
it
won
was
at Madison Square Garden.
Lightning and Rangers, right, at Madison Square Garden.
Were they eliminated, or were the Rangers eliminated, Andrew, in Madison Square Garden? Like it was the last game of the series.
Was that the deal?
I don't remember if it was the last
Okay.
game. I believe the Lightning won that night, though.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure.
This is crazy. I've never heard of this happening. I had the story last Friday, but I just didn't get around to it. A law firm representing the guy, the Lightning fan that was sucker punched leaving the game at Madison Square Garden. And that video went viral. That video was all over the place. A guy turned around. And here, Fester's got the video right here. Now, it was the audio. Oh, my. Do you remember this? The guy was late. Can I bring the audio up?
I don't know.
I bet. Yeah, I better not. Here, look at that.
Ooh.
Yeah, the guy in the red shirt turns around, just cold cocks him right in his face.
Is that a haymaker? Is that what you call those kinds of punches?
That's just
left hook.
That was a hook.
That was just a knockout punch is what that was.
Haymaker's a little wider.
And this video went viral. They showed this on all the local channels, Channel 8, Channel 28, Channel 10, Channel 13.
Listen, this was a national story.
It was. It was a national story. All of the local channels talked about it. We talked about it here on the MJ Morning Show.
Why would you do that?
The guy was just laid out as they were walking out of Madison Square Garden. Now, here is the twist to the story, which is crazy. A law firm who is representing the guy that was sucker punched, they have been banned from going to events at Madison Square Garden.
The victim's attorney?
The victims' attorneys, the actual attorneys, they can't go to concerts or events at Madison Square Garden. So Madison Square Garden and is it the Dolan's family, whatever the story is, 5 lawyers. I've never heard of this happening.
So obviously the guy hired New York lawyers.
Yes. So 5 lawyers of Greenberg Law PC claim an MSG, Madison Square Garden attorney, told them on November 28th, the same day they filed a lawsuit on behalf of the punch victim, Joseph Urquioli, they are now barred from entering any Madison Square Garden-owned venues.
Oh, man, they get a lot of good shows.
So, wait, Seinfeld, I think. I think some of the partners were planning to go to Seinfeld, and now they're allegedly not allowed to enter the building. The lawyers. Can you imagine how a vendetta? Can you imagine how vindictive is it if you're an upstanding lawyer, you're representing a guy who's suing MSG, and MSG says to the lawyers, nope, you're suing us. You're not allowed to even come into our building to see a concert.
I mean, it's not that crazy.
I mean, I almost agree with MSG. I mean,
what are you talking about? Come on.
Anybody who sues me, I never want you at my place again.
Oh, come on. This is like a public venue for crying out loud.
Actually, it's not. Not the Dolans own it.
I understand. It's but you get what I'm saying.
I understand.
Now, the lawyers who have now been barred from attending shows at Madison Square Garden or games or any venues that they own or operate, they've now filed a lawsuit themselves. 2 of the firm's lawyers, Alan Greenberg and Joseph D. Paola, have tickets to upcoming MSG venue events, and they're no longer allowed to attend.
Nolan family handled this all wrong. They should have rather enticed this law firm with tickets and stuff. Let's do a plea deal and let's try to work this out. And by the way, here's seats on the court.
Oh, what?
They should have brownied up to him for a easier settlement.
Exactly.
Whatever happened
Nolan
with
family.
whatever happened to the Lightning fan? Did he get paid?
No, that's in litigation.
Okay, so
okay. I didn't understand what you're saying. So you're saying that
butter him up.
I butter him up. Just
drop the lawsuit. We'll give you great tickets.
Yeah, or let's work out a deal that we're all happy with.
Now, one of the partners, this D. Paola guy, he has tickets to see the Christmas Spectacular at Radio City Music Hall. That falls under the same venue ownership. They're not allowed to go there.
Oh my gosh, they can't go.
How would they know? How would MSG know?
Well, that's true. I guess
Buy a ticket?
they issued them like a trespass warning, or you're not welcome if you.
Their name comes up in the system when they try to buy a ticket. You can't sell them. These are the ones suing the guy who got sucker punched.
So, D. Paola has tickets to the Rockettes Christmas Spectacular at Radio City Music Hall
always a
with
great
his
show.
wife and kids ages 7 and 5. And then on Sunday, Greenberg had tickets to see comedian Jerry Seinfeld. Oh, I'm sorry. So the Radio City Music Hall Spectacular, that was going to be Sunday. And then the other partner at the law firm, Greenberg, has tickets to see
Blippy Live?
comedian Jerry Seinfeld at the Beacon Theater. Oh, that's right. So up on Broadway, the Beacon, that's where Jerry likes to do his shows.
I'd rather see Blippy.
So the Beacon's up in what, the 70s, like 70, was that like 75th or 76th? So 74th. So the Beacon Theater, this guy can't even go to the Beacon Theater because it's also an MSG, a Madison Square Garden venue. That is such crap. So they filed a lawsuit. MSG's ban has essentially accused the firm of unethical behavior without any evidence that will damage their reputation, and the ban will intimidate and dissuade potential clients from contacting the firm. Greenberg Law wants a judge to overturn the prohibition of banning the lawyers from attending events at these venues just because they're representing the Lightning fan that was decked at Madison Square Garden by a Rangers fan last spring.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is standard operating procedure, apparently, for Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I'm about to get to that.
Okay, all right.
They've got this vindictive vendetta of a policy. If you sue us, we're banning all attorneys. What is that? Come on, that's illegal. They can't do that.
Yes, they can.
Well, guess what? A lawsuit's been filed. I guess we're going to find out if a New York judge thinks it's okay. I don't think that is fair. I don't think that is legal for them to ban
What
lawyers.
are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about?
Who? It makes sense to me. They're suing the place. The place doesn't
A
want to.
massive venue that holds 15 or 18,000 people, and you're a law firm that's suing because you have a client that was injured and they're claiming negligence, and you should be able to ban the attorneys from coming. Get out of here.
I think so.
No.
That sounds right.
What is wrong with you guys?
I'm trying to think about it clearly.
What is wrong with you
Listen,
guys?
life's not fair. You
If
want to
you
sue
owned
me?
MSG,
My God, why don't you guys go work for MSG and the Dolan's family? They'll love you guys.
MSG, you know, is the stuff in Chinese food.
Monosodium glutamate.
Yeah.
Hey, MSG equals flavor according to Uncle Roger.
That's right.
Mr. Dolan, call me. I'm available. Listen, I'd love to work for that. I'd stand at the gate and kick all these lawyers
I'm
out.
starting to. I wouldn't.
What
want
is
to do that.
wrong with you guys?
Because I've actually been sued before. My
You were sued
personally,
for what?
a long story related to my ex-husband's dog, and I remember.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The dog bit off a kid's face.
Yes.
No.
Kid
no.
looks like
No, it was-
Cher's kid now.
It was frivolous. It was very frivolous.
Rocky Dennis.
Yeah, old half-face Henry, the poor little kid.
And I was like, get the bleep out of my house. You don't want anybody.
You know
in
what?
there
We ought
no.
to take some phone calls on this. You know what? I
think you're way off base on this.
I
one,
am
buddy.
not way off. All right, let's go to phones. Are there any lawyers listening? I'd like to hear from lawyers or anyone else that wants to weigh in on this. All right, again, you have a Lightning fan that was decked by a Rangers fan at Madison Square Garden. So the Lightning fan, this was that viral video that went totally viral back last spring. Guy was laid out on the floor with a total left hook or whatever the hell it was. And the Lightning fan, who was decked up in Madison Square Garden in New York, hired this law firm. And now to sue. So they're suing on behalf of the guy that was decked, saying negligence, security issues, litany of things, unsafe conditions. So now Madison Square Garden is telling the attorneys, a big New York law firm, that nope, your lawyers are not allowed to come into our buildings to see shows like Radio City Music Hall, the Beacon Theater, Madison Square Garden. Come on, that's bogus. Let's go to phones on this. 800-990-1047. I've got Froggy and Fester that think that there's nothing wrong with this.
Angie, hold up. Put yourself on the other side. You own any establishment. Forget Madison
Yeah.
Square Garden. You own MJ's House of Ham Hocks.
Waffles.
MJ's Waffle House.
There you go.
And you're involved in litigation with somebody? Somebody's trying to sue you?
You would let them in for
don't
waffles?
come in.
Hey, come on in, guys.
There's
Have
a
seat.
difference between a mom and pop little 12-table waffle shop versus a theater that holds a couple of thousand, like Radio City
No.
Music
No.
Hall.
I think that makes it-
Or Madison
Yeah.
Square Garden that holds, 18,000, whatever the capacity is in there. Come on, that's bogus. Let's go to phones on this. I'd love to hear from lawyers. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. By the way, I'm running a little late here because I had teased that the crew is going to just ravage me. The crew is going to pummel me on something, and we'll get to that here in just a minute. So this just took on a life of its own. Look at the phones here. I want to hear from you, 800-990-1047. I say this is bogus to prevent lawyers that are suing a major venue because of a hurt fan, and they're trying to prevent the lawyers from going to any shows?
Okay, the hurt
Come on.
fan is just the storyline.
That's
They
crap.
bar anybody who's involved in litigation.
I'm
against
surprised
them.
you have this angle.
And
MJ.
you
I'm very
guys are
surprised.
siding with
kind of
the
agree.
venue? I don't agree.
Yeah. Get out of
You
my
agree
house.
too?
Get out of my house.
Yes, she's with
You're not
us.
Oh my
welcome.
God, what is wrong with you
There's
guys?
a price to suing somebody.
All right. 7:54 at the MJ Morning Show. Let's say hi to George in Tampa. Hey, George.
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
Yes, sir.
Hey, so I'm agreeing with you, MJ. Like, I think it's really stupid to ban lawyers who are just doing their job, basically protecting their client. Like, Roxanne, I get it if you don't want somebody at your house, but this is a venue. Like what MJ has been saying, this isn't something really personal. It's just they're doing what they're being paid to do. Now, can you really say the same thing about cops whenever they come to your house? Sure, you don't want them there, but it's their job to be there.
Tell you what, if
Yeah,
I had $10 for every time you said I'd be able to pay my lease payment for my BMW this month.
I like it. I like it.
Hey, George, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Have a
Thanks,
great one,
George.
George.
Man, you'd be mean to George.
Wow.
I
He agrees
He's on
with
your
you.
side. MJ.
All right, George, I'm sorry.
Faking
All right,
George.
George was on, just like 8 is on my side. George is on my side,
That's what he tells
but
everybody.
he had an inordinate number of likes.
George is gonna walk you right into Madison Square
You just said
Garden.
like.
I know.
It's infectious.
David in Zephyr Hills. David, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Go ahead, David.
So, in my mind is that the lawyers are taking care of this case for this person. So that venue doesn't want them in there because they'd be able to see what's going on, the lighting, the cars.
Well, they'd be able to get that through
You know,
discovery
they don't want
anyway.
them in there, so I agree with it. They shouldn't be allowed in there.
All right, thanks for the call. Who's keeping track?
So
It's
far, it's
1-1.
1 to
Yeah,
1.
it's even.
I know,
Yeah.
4
I mean,
against. All right,
We don't
so
have the pals and votes
now
yet.
we're 1-1. Let's grab Carmela in Brandon. Hey, Carmela, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Thank you. I just have a question. Has nobody pressed charges against the individual who slapped the lighting fan?
Yeah, that's a great question. I was wondering that myself.
They did identify the guy, and Andrew, wasn't the guy charged?
He was sentenced to anger management.
That was it.
Is that for real?
So
Yeah.
Could've killed the guy.
Carmela, there might be a civil case against him, but the real money is
Right.
Madison Square
I know.
Garden.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of see both sides. I mean, I see Froggy's point or Fester's point on, if, a mom and pop versus a large venue. But, MSG is run by who? The family, the Dalton family?
Yeah, the Dolan family, the Dolans.
Right.
Yeah.
So do they just have a right to refuse service to anybody they want? I mean,
Yeah, I think they did. I think at the back of the ticket,
When you're
if you
dealing
read
with
it,
when you're dealing with a massive venue and that many people can attend, it's not a little small little place. It's more of a public venue. I don't see how they can get away with it. Hey, thanks, Carmela. Say hi to Tony. Say hi to Tony for me, okay?
I will.
Stay
yeah,
away
I
from
will. Thanks,
Furio.
guys.
Hey, do you like The Sopranos?
I love The Sopranos.
I know.
I know.
Carmela, I
You
love
asked
it.
me that the last time I called.
Your husband out feeding ducks in the pool in the backyard?
it's all he's got, Carmela.
You've heard this. You've heard this before.
All right.
Carmela.
Yeah, Carmela, I'm gonna
I have,
every
yes.
time you call, I'm gonna give you the Sopranos business.
That's fine by me. Fine by me.
Thanks.
Thanks, Carmela.
This is
Mateo.
Furio.
Mateo's in St. Pete. Hello, Mateo. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, you're an attorney.
I am.
All right. What type of an attorney? What do you practice? What type of law?
Civil.
All right. So you've heard the facts in the case. What are your thoughts of Madison Square Garden banning these attorneys that are suing on behalf of this injured, decked fan, banning the attorneys from going to any venue? What are your thoughts?
Well, I have a couple of thoughts. First of all, I'm a Devils fan.
That's right. Screw the Rangers. That's right.
Yeah, right. No. Actually, I picked up this conversation as I got into the vehicle, but
based on the information I do know and the basics that you've mentioned, Madison Square Garden is a privately owned company.
Yes.
A privately owned facility.
Correct.
So I'm not familiar with New York state law, but normally if it's deemed a privately owned company, you really have the ability to decide who can be there and who can't. From that just in that purest of sense.
I get it. I understand that. I have the understand that it's private property. You have the right to allow who you want or ban who you want. But it's not your typical little corner coffee shop. This is a large venue where thousands of people gather. I think that changes the picture.
I don't think it does.
Okay.
So, Mateo, if you're representing this guy and you're not allowed to go see any more shows or games there, are you like, these jerks? Or you're like, huh? Kind of makes sense.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's not that it makes sense. It's just if they choose to not have me attend anything there, I mean, that's their right. They own it.
Well, the two attorneys from this law firm in New York representing the Lightning fan that was decked by the Rangers fan leaving the venue, the two lawyers that have been banned, they have filed suit. So now they're going to leave it up to a judge in New York. A Manhattan Supreme Court lawsuit was filed. So we'll see what the judge says.
They have every right to do that, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
They have every right to do that. I mean, I don't know, like I said, every single law that's there, but the basic functionality of something that's privately owned as opposed to a public venue is this is owned by a private.
All right, so would you have the same attitude? Let's say, Leah, let's say something local. All right, so Mateo, you're an attorney in St. Pete.
I have an example.
Okay. Froggy has an example.
All right, go ahead.
I'm at Amalie Arena.
Yes.
Going up the escalator. My wiener gets stuck in the escalator. I want to sue Amalie Arena. I still want to go to the games, even though I'm wienerless.
You just sue your father.
Will they let me go to the games, even though I'm suing and wienerless?
All right, Mateo's the lawyer.
Again, you may be wienerless, but you may not still be able to go to that game. I'm sorry to tell you.
Mateo,
Thanks for entertaining that,
Who
Mateo.
owns Amalie Arena if it's a publicly?
Out of a game.
Yeah.
doesn't Vinnick own Amalie
So
Arena?
if Mr. Vinnick owns it and it's a privately held company, then he has a right to eliminate the eunuch over
So,
here.
Mateo, my question to you is: here's the deal. You're representing wienerless Froggy, who got his unit caught in the escalator. So, you, the lawyer, would you be okay if suddenly Amalie Arena said, "Hey, Mateo, you're not allowed to come see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra or whatever"?
I have to decide that wienerless Froggy is either going to be able to pay my bill if I lose, and me feel good enough to say, okay, I'm willing to never go to this venue ever again, just because I'm representing wienerless Froggy.
All right. So, Mateo, quick question: If you represented wienerless Froggy, do you bill him a percentage or do you bill him an hourly?
You know what? I thought about that. The fact that he's wienerless, I'm going to give him a little bit of a break.
Thank you.
If I decide to take the case, because going forward, you got a whole lot of other problems going on.
The wienerless litigant is entering the courtroom.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Nice to meet you.
Here comes Froggy. He was on an escalator at Amalie Arena when his wiener got caught inside the stair plates. It was yanked off.
It really was a horrific. Nice to see you, Judge. It was a horrific day.
And now Froggy is wienerless.
Literally, no wiener.
And his attorney, Mateo, is doing the whole thing pro bono.
Well, no, not pro bono. I just said, if you lost half your wiener, I'd give you half a break.
Oh.
It's all.
All right, Mateo. All right, this is going downhill.
That you lost.
All right,
Mateo, have a great day, buddy.
I don't need you one-upping my pro bono joke. Come on, Mateo.
Have a nice day, Mateo.
Wow.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
He's the only funny lawyer I've ever heard.
But he's not really trying to be.
No, I think he was.
Let me tell you
I
something.
think he was,
Let me tell you something, MJ. Mateo bills by the hour. I could tell because he's a slow talker.
He's good. He's good.
Yeah, I like Mateo.
Yeah.
Mateo, feel free to check in again
Anytime.
whenever. All right, Chuck in St. Pete. Hello, Chuck. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning. Unfortunately, I disagree with Mateo, and I agree with George. although it's privately owned venue, it's a public venue being offered, so they really don't have the right to just unilaterally say we're not going to let certain people in unless there's some justifiable cause. And under the law in the state of Florida, which may be different in New York, but probably isn't, lawyers have a kind of immunity for what they do in court. And I think if I'm the judge in New York, I'm going to throw that in the face of MSG and say, yeah, you guys can't just ban him because he's the lawyer suing you. Maybe they can ban the Lightning fan because the litigation's going on. I don't even think they can do that. But as a public venue, I don't think they can ban it.
Now, Chuck, are you a lawyer?
I am.
So look at this, another attorney. Now, Chuck, what type of law do you practice?
I also practice in civil litigation and a lot of family law.
All right, so here we need to put Chuck and Mateo
Yes.
in a room and let them battle it out because here we have two lawyers that have two different views on this. See, I just don't. When you're dealing with a large public venue, I can't imagine that a Manhattan Supreme Court judge is going to side with Madison Square Garden and ban the attorneys.
I agree.
I thank you, Chuck. I appreciate it. Look at that. Two back-to-back lawyers.
Yeah.
See, Chuck charges a percentage because he's a fast talker.
You forgot to run your wiener story by him.
Wiener-less.
Chuck heard the whole thing, and he gave no break.
Let's grab Joy in Lakeland. Hey, Joy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi.
And I want everyone to know that Joy is not listening to Joy. Joy is listening to the MJ Morning Show where you really get the most joy.
Yes.
And a lot of wienerless talk. All right. Hi, Joy. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hi. So it's going to be a little hard to follow Mateo and Chuck, but I am not attorney. However, I think that it is just petty for MGN to
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, Madison Square Garden. On what basis to ban them? I mean, it just sounds like they're salty, they're petty, and they're just doing it out of spite. So I have to agree with you, MJ.
I agree with you. Thank you very much.
Have you been keeping track, MJ?
Yeah, Roxanne and I have both lost track.
I think that I've got now 4 that agree with me and 2.
No, three.
What?
Don't matter.
I thought you said you weren't keeping track.
I was testing you.
Okay. Ed, 2 more calls. I got to move on here. Ed is in Tampa. Hello, Ed. Ed, welcome.
Hey, how are you? Good morning.
Thank you, Ed. Go ahead.
My question is, if the attorneys show up for an event, how is anybody going to know?
Thank you.
All they do is they scan their ticket, they go sit down, and they could say, oh, I bought it from an attorney that was banned.
Yeah, listen, that is certainly a possibility, and I thought of that as well, that if you have someone else buy your tickets, they don't know who you are. I don't know if they can do a name search or if you buy a ticket under your name for one of their venues, I don't know if a red flag starts flashing in the computer, but there are ways to get tickets. And how would you know? If you're going into an event with thousands of people at Radio City Music Hall to see the Rockettes, or you're going to see Jerry Seinfeld in the Beacon Theater, which, what does the Beacon hold? Like 1,600? Go look. Roxanne, look at the capacity of the Beacon Theater on Broadway in New York. Or if you go to Madison Square Garden, how would they really know, if you're inside? So, Ed, that is a very good point. Thanks. All right, last call on this. Troy in Land O'Lakes. Hey, Troy, MJ Morning Show, Q105. Hello.
Good morning, MJ.
Hey.
I agree with you. First of all, I believe they can't do this. I think the lawyers are going to win their case. The lawyers are operating as officers of the court. They're not operating as themselves. If Madison Square Gardens is able to uphold this, it would intimidate other lawyers from bringing lawsuits in the future to private venues. So I completely agree with you.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. All right. To me, listen, I think I'm a reasonable guy. This just struck me as, I think, odd, and ultimately, because of the size of the venues, and these are more public gathering places, I don't know how enforceable this could be. Yes, Andrew?
As this goes to court, will they ban the judge from coming to the...
Yeah, that's right. The judge. If the judge rules in favor...
Yes. By the way, Your Honor, I hope you're not a Knicks fan, because you're never welcome back.
Fessa, do you have one final word on this?
No, I don't, because you said you are a reasonable person, and I was thinking, because I am a petty person, absolutely ban these lawyers. Get out of my place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else was there? So Greenberg Law is representing that guy, Urcioli, who lives in Connecticut. He was the Lightning fan in his case against the stadium. And James Anastasio, 29, of Staten Island. He's the guy that slugged this Ursioli guy wearing the Tampa Bay Lightning jersey while he was leaving the Rangers game. The incident caught on video, went totally viral all over the place. Anastasio socked this Ursioli guy for trying to stop him from running away after the initial sucker punch. Anastasio pleaded guilty in September to assault and was sentenced, as Andrew said, to anger management.
All right.
You were inquiring about the capacity at Beacon Theater.
Yes.
2,800.
2,800. Wow. Okay. So Beacon Theater is even larger. I've never been in the Beacon Theater, but that's where Seinfeld, when he does the New York shows, Seinfeld likes to operate in the Beacon Theater. All right, guys, get ready. I'm gonna open up the door. I'm giving you a gift. You can have a field day with this, man.
Goody, what is going on?
Short men have more psychopathic traits, according to a new study.
I sent this article to everybody except you.
So
I found it on my own.
Oh yeah, Roxanne goes, I'm not sure if MJ will like this or not, or something like that.
Why don't you guys send it to him?
Oh really?
Yeah.
So I had this last week. So
I did too.
you
This
sent
was
this
last week.
You sent this last week.
To the guys.
Like
the big boys.
Yeah, like Thursday night, we're all at home, and we have a group text chain. Then
that it
three
doesn't
of us-
include me.
we all have a big one with like all five of us in it.
There's a height limit in our group.
Oh, I see. Oh, you have to be this tall to be in the group?
The three of us have a very condescending text chain going, and Roxanne sends it to Froggy and I, and like, who does this remind you of? Question mark.
Oh yeah, that's what she said.
Well, listen, I'm not afraid to bring this up. Hold on. You said who does? Oh, so you're having cracks at my expense, Roxanne, behind my back?
Well, that's what
in
we
your
do
little
on that
secret
thread.
in your
That's what
little
we do on that
secret
thread.
text group?
Yeah, that's what that text
It was a
group is
good
for.
one.
Well, how about the fact that I'm bringing this up?
Good.
I've
Good.
got no problem.
Good.
Hey, Fester, you've known me for a long time. Has my shorter height changed me in any way whatsoever? Have I ever showed anything that the fact that I'm a shorter guy get in the way of anything that you know about me?
Certainly not things that are low. You'd walk right underneath them. But, you've been a good sport. Yeah, that's fine. We bust each other's chops
Ever
around here.
since you did away with the Al Pacino shoe lifts.
I never had shoe lifts.
Yeah, lift me up.
I never had Tom Cruise or Al Pacino foot lifts.
Right.
But Fester, no, you're missing the point of my question.
No, it's
You've
never-
known me since the mid 1990s. The fact that I'm a shorter guy, has that like changed the way I operate, or have I operated under any sort of a like I'm handicapped in any way because I'm a shorter guy?
Well, this isn't about being handicapped. This is
Only
about
at
being
carnivals.
a psychopath.
I mean, you're 5'6". You're not Dave the Dwarf. I mean, come on. All right, come on.
I think Tom Cruise is an inch taller than me. Okay.
You're like the same height as that Joe Rogan guy.
Your height has never stopped or prohibited you from doing anything you put your mind to.
Exactly.
Except a couple of roller coasters.
No, I've been able to. I've been able to ride all roller coasters.
Most
All right,
roller.
so guess what? You guys are having a laugh at my expense behind my back. Apparently, Roxanne, you backstabbing bitch. All right. So,
No.
but I'm bringing this up
All right.
myself. I have no issue talking about this, and I'm giving you guys the ammunition to poke fun at me.
Okay,
I'm giving you guys the ammunition to rail me.
We don't need it.
Short men have more psychopathic
Yeah,
traits, according
yeah.
to the study.
It's like a state of mind, and it's
called
supposedly it's really true.
Napoleonic.
Yes, that's where that comes from.
Well, that's
Napoleon complex.
Right, that's where that comes from. Absolutely.
So a short alpha person is always labeled as a Napoleon?
Yeah, and they have psychopathy includes lack of empathy, antisocial behaviors, narcissism, and self-centeredness, and Machiavellianism.
Oh, God, you're like 4 out of 5.
Get out of here.
Because you're empathetic to people, but you
don't show it.
You are narcissistic. He does. He
No,
does.
I'm
Hold on.
not.
MJ does. He's a very generous person privately that we'll never hear about. But
I do a lot of things that I never talk about.
I
I
mean-
do things that, because I'm not looking for recognition. I feel good
Just
doing
Instagram
things.
followers.
Okay, yeah. Follow him on Instagram. Listen, I've seen MJ do charitable things that he would never bring up personally, and he would never want me to bring up, just out of the kindness of his heart.
Things that I do that there are some people in radio or in media that they want everyone to know every good thing they do. The bulk of the good things that I've done over the years, I've just done privately.
MJ just wants you to know every steak he eats on his Instagram account.
So according to this new study, they include psychopathy, lack of empathy, antisocial behaviors, as Roxanne just said, narcissism. You brought up the Machiavellianism. Our study provides the first assessment we know of how the dark triad traits relate to height and height attitudes, according to the researchers who wrote in the study of 367 men and women published in the journal Personality and Individual Differences. We showed that not only are people high on the dark triad traits less satisfied with their height, but this may be because they are actually shorter.
Okay, I'm going to segment this group even further and do some psychoanalysis on it. If you are a short man who enjoys dating a taller woman, I think that's a good, healthy thing. So
I've dated both.
Right.
I've dated in the past. I've dated women that are taller than me. My wife, who I eventually married, Michelle, is taller than me. But I've also dated women my height, and I've dated women shorter than me. And I didn't care. You end up with the person who you have the best connection with and who you fall in love with.
Well, that's true. That's true. But I feel like when you show up when you're a shorter guy and you show up with a tall woman, you're like, yeah, I'm comfortable with my stature. Here's my tall
How
wife.
short was the girl shorter than you?
What?
I mean, the girl who's shorter than you, is that like Amy Roloff from Little People Big World?
Froggy, I'm 5'6". I'm 5'6" or so.
Most
and
women, I
the
think, are-
average height of a woman in the U.S. I think is 5'4" to 5'5".
Wow,
Fessy,
you're
go to the Googles. Go to the
tall.
Googles and type in. You know what? Just go to Google. I'll type it in because you're
Okay,
Hold
I'm
on, go to
5'6",
Google
so do you
here.
want to stand next to me? I have flats on today.
All right, Google. Average
fine.
American
Average American woman height.
woman.
5'4".
Yeah, 5'4".
So 5'4" is the average height of. So what are you talking about?
So
Froggy?
like you're 5'4", right?
No, I'm like 5. I'm about 5'6". You know, it's been you know what? I had my physical back in February, and I come in at 5. I was like 5'5" and like 9/16 or something.
I believe you. Hold on, but I want to see how tall I am.
So let's round that off to 5'4".
What, Roxanne's coming around for a measurement?
What's happening?
Okay, I don't know what she's doing. Are you going to measure back to back?
How tall are you,
You
Roxanne?
going back butts to butts or
All right,
what?
so Roxanne is like you know,
She's
standing
way taller than you.
standing up on her.
That means I'm 5'8". Yes, I was wondering.
Well, you're wearing
You're wearing shoes and okay.
Yeah. You're wearing flats.
I don't know that we
take your shoes off.
Roxanne, if you're trying to give a physical exam on I don't understand. I don't understand. What's happening.
Okay.
Okay, Roxanne,
Do we need to bring the detecto scale in here with the?
The heck? You trying to
Anyway,
trying to
I
alpha
wanna-
male them?
No, I just want, for real, the reason I did that is because I've always suspected that I'm taller than 5'6", and you just confirmed that, because if you're 5'6", I'm a little bit taller.
Ooh, rub it
Okay.
in, why don't you?
You had your shoes on, and I have shoes on, but my shoes are nowhere. You've got thick heels on yours.
have you never gone to
All
a
right.
doctor, Roxanne, or did you not have measuring tape at
Go
home?
get a physical and get measured. All right, moving along. You want to hear about the worst date ever?
The one where you met Michelle?
I went out with a girl that was 6'3" one
oh
time.
my God, really?
No, I'm kidding. No, that's a joke. It's a joke. All right.
You had me hooked.
But I'm serious though. You want to hear about the worst? This is real though. I've got a story of the worst date ever. Can you imagine that you're out on a date with a guy, and while you're out on the date, the guy is arrested at dinner at a restaurant on suspicion of child molestation and sexual exploitation?
Oh my God.
Roxanne, was that a clutch the pearls over there?
It's
You were like,
disgusting. Yeah.
This is a man was arrested on Friday after being accused of child molestation, sexual exploitation, according to the Seattle Police Department. According to police, detectives began investigating a suspect accused of these allegations, and officers were following the guy, found him eating at a restaurant with a woman, and it turned out that they were on their first date while the guy is at dinner, because they were following him, they had a warrant for his arrest. They arrest the guy in the restaurant while he's seated with the date. Come on, is that the worst date ever? Does he call the lady back? Hey, can we do a do-over on this?
Hey, Jill, this is Chet. Listen, I bonded out, and I'm available next Friday.
Yeah.
I have a house arrest ankle on.
Yeah.
Can you come over to my place?
I'm guessing that the woman on the date had no idea that this guy was like an accused child molester.
I would love to see the cop cam of that.
Dude, I have a still picture of it. I have a picture of him walking out of the restaurant, cuffed and stuffed.
Yeah, the guy. He has a T-shirt on, and he's got his hands behind his back. And the cops are walking him out of the restaurant. There's a picture on this happened up in Seattle. And there's a picture on the Cairo 7 website, KIRO television.
On the Seattle Police Department's Twitter page, they post a still image of him just with his hands behind his back. He's wearing like a medium T-shirt, and he's going to jail.
Do you think we can ask women that are listening right now, can you top a worse date than that?
Oh, I bet you there are women who can.
All right, I'll tell you what.
Worse than dating a pedo?
Okay, worse than him being arrested mid-date.
The man was arrested on a $250,000 felony warrant. In September, detectives began an investigation into a suspect accused of child molestation, sexual exploitation. And then here in December, police found the suspect dining with a woman on what appeared to be a date. Officers arrested the suspect on his $250,000 felony warrant. All right, so ladies, women listening, have you been on a worse date than that? Or does it come close? This guy was arrested at dinner at a restaurant and perp walked out in handcuffs, what happens? Did they already order stuff? Was he able to?
Date does it happen exactly right? Because cops are watching him the whole time.
Right. So did they already order? Meaning, I would assume that the guy was going to pay for the dinner for the date. So what happened? Did the woman get left holding the tab?
Yeah.
Did they already have drinks and appetizers? Had the meal arrived? How far did the cops let him get into the meal?
What were they talking about when it happened? That's what I want to know.
MJ, you're the cop. Do you arrest this guy like as the food comes and he's like, all right, this looks really good.
Those chicken nachos look good.
Dig in.
Let's go to phones on this. So, ladies, women listening, I'd like to know, have you, and I'm saying women because it was a woman on the date, the guy gets arrested for this warrant. I'd like to know, women, have you been on a date possibly this bad? Or close? Or what was the worst date you've ever been on? Any extenuating circumstances, anything insane, anything crazy happen on your date? Or can you top your date being arrested on a $250,000 felony molestation warrant? All right, the number to call in, 800-990-1047. So, ladies, I'd like to hear about your really, really, really bad dates. Can you top it? Or get close. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Anyone listening, you ever have a date arrested during the date?
All right, so I have to assume that they met online. You know, a lot of people, first dates, they meet on Tinder or Plenty of Fish. I would bet that he left this off of his profile.
Maybe they met on Plenty of Felons. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
I'm guessing.
She had no idea.
Hey, it's a new. Well, listen, there's a prison dating website right there. You got prison dating apps. But I'm guessing that the guy did not say, hey, by the way, there's a $250,000 felony warrant out for my arrest because I'm accused of child molestation and what was the other charge?
Exploitation.
And exploitation. Thank you.
Heinous things.
All right. So, Fester, what are you on? You're on meetinmate.com?
Meet-and-inmate.com. Lady inmates, male inmates. Which one do you want to meet, Rox? I'll start a pen pal.
I mean,
I'll find a pen pal for you.
Look at the cutie behind the fence out in the.
That's enticing.
Look at that. All right, so Andrew's screening some calls now, so we'll see what we get here. But ladies, have you had any really awful, terrible dates? Anything come close to this guy getting arrested in the middle of dinner at a restaurant? 800-990-1047 if you'd like to share your story. Let's say hi to Heather. Heather in Newport Richey. Hey, Heather, welcome.
Hi. So I got several of them, but I would have to say my worst one was where I ended up in a wheelchair for almost 7 months.
What? You went on a date and you ended up in a wheelchair for almost 7 months?
Hi, Mom. First and only blind date ever. Picked me up in a stolen vehicle. Never even actually made it on the date.
Wait a sec. So
What?
Wait, this is good.
Something tells me this event ends very unfunny.
The guy picks you up in a stolen car?
Yep. Ran from the cops.
Wait a minute. You were during the date. You were in a pursuit.
Yep. And he rolled the car 5 times. Broke both of my ankles. I ended up having to have surgery with 3 pins in one and 5 in the other.
Oh my God. Worst date ever.
I don't know that laughing is the appropriate reaction.
I'm sorry.
Jay.
No,
It's a nervous laughter.
It
It's a
is.
shock.
I'm nervous. I'm very nervous because this is Heather. This is insane. So I didn't think that I would get even close. But here, the first story is the guy got arrested for child molestation in the middle of the date. You get picked up in a stolen car. And that while you were driving in the car, I guess cops ran the tags, found the car stolen. They lit you up to try to pull you over. Then he fled the police. And the next thing you know, you're in a high-speed chase, and he rolls the car 5 times?
Yep.
Where did this happen? What city?
Franklin, North Carolina.
Oh, my God.
How'd you meet this guy?
Yeah, that's a good question.
A girl I worked with hooked me up with him. Apparently, he wanted to impress me, so he stole the car.
What kind of car was
Is
it?
he a Hell's Angel?
That's a good question. Yeah, what kind of car was it?
It was just a freaking Honda.
Just a Honda Civic.
I suppose.
Now, Heather, did you have a seatbelt on?
I did, which is the only reason that the only thing that happened to me was my ankles being broken.
Oh, my God. And then what happened to him?
Oh, he went to jail for quite a long time. I don't know very much about it, but I mean, I have had some doozies. I had a guy who stalked me for about a year and a half, writing me poems how he was going to kill me.
Wait a minute. He wrote
passion.
He wrote you poems on how he was.
What the heck is happening with you, man?
MJ, none of this is funny.
You can't even breathe.
All right. I would almost take the poem guy over the stolen car guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, Heather?
Like I said, I've got some doozies. I'm 47. I've been dating a long time.
Oh, wow. All right. That incredible stories, Heather. Thank you.
But
have a great day. Wow. I didn't even think.
I think I have one that.
I don't think I want to go any further because all the calls now are going to be letdowns.
Well, this
Yes.
text is a letdown, but it's a horrible story. Okay, so this person in Clearwater, this woman in Clearwater said she met a guy that had just gotten out of prison for murdering his girlfriend.
What?
And he said he had been doing drugs and he woke up and she was laying next to him dead. But he did have therapy in prison.
Roxanne should go
No
to prison
second date.
for murdering the word murdering.
Wait, and how did she meet? Did she say how she met
No, I'll ask her.
And
All
how
right.
do you get out of? You murder somebody. How's he out of prison?
I served my 20.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
That's insane.
All right.
You've been all righted by Fester.
I feel really awkward right now.
Why?
Because there's a kind of a comedic angle to the guy getting arrested during dinner after appetizers. The poor Heather calls it with broken ankles getting rolled 5 times in a stolen vehicle.
Funny.
No, it's not.
I went to Sweatology over the weekend.
I saw that.
I did.
Yeah.
How much did you lose?
No, it's not about losing
I'm
weight.
sorry. I'm sorry. I just have to say this.
Yes.
Plenty of Fish is where the person met the murderer.
So
Yes.
the murder on Plenty of Fish.
Yes.
Plenty of felons.
I'm gonna gut you
That's
like
what
a
I'm
fish.
saying.
Plenty of murderers. So she texted back.
Yep, Plenty of Fish.
And of course, folks, you can always call us or text us. Same phone number, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. So on Friday, we spoke about this sweatology thing in South Tampa where you go in and you go for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever, and you go into these individual rooms and they have these infrared sweat tube beds. And you go in, you select the intensity as far as the heat, and they're infrared, and you go in there and you just sweat. And people were asking me, well, what's the benefit of that? Well, my wife, Michelle, she does a lot of research. And if you, let me get Michelle on the phone. Hang on. Michelle took me on Saturday, and then she said we're going again on Sunday because to try it out, she bought a week pass.
Okay, so she went every day.
So Chloe and Michelle, they bought a 1 week pass for this sweatology.
Hello.
Hey, sweetie.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about me climbing into the sweat tube.
Was it fun?
You know what? Did I go back yesterday?
You did.
I went on Saturday, and then I even went back on Sunday.
Yep.
Now, on Saturday, I got the introductory, like, $15 first-time deal.
Ooh.
And a free bottle of water.
Whoa.
But, people were saying, what's the big deal? Why would you want to just go to a place and sweat in a tube? But, Michelle doesn't do things without researching. And, Michelle, you found content online from the Cleveland Clinic and the Mayo Clinic. You found specific answers to why would anybody want to climb into these infrared sweating beds. And some of the things, I know that you read this to me, but can you remember some of the benefits from these highly, I guess, what is the word I'm looking for?
Respected.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. These highly respected medical operations like Mayo Clinic and Cleveland Clinic. Now, what did you read about going into these infrared sweat beds?
Well, first of all, it opens up your veins and get your blood pumping, so it's good for your heart health.
But what did you say? One of the sentences was within minutes of being in one of these infrared sweating tubes, what happens?
Your veins open up.
Yep, but also
You start sweating and
your heart rate goes up.
yeah, your heart rate goes up, so it's like good for your heart health.
And then as far as like sweating out toxins, there's still research ongoing on that, right?
Right. I just tell myself I'm doing that.
But when you go to like the WebMD, you go to Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, and you inquire about these infrared sweating, it's all pretty much positive that it can actually be very physiologically good for you.
Right.
I think it's good just to get all that sweat out of you. Just
And
get
it's
rid of
not-
all those toxins.
And Roxanne, I think you went before, and Chloe and I said the same thing when we came out of there. It's not that smelly sweat like after you work out.
No.
Because you don't feel like gross. You wipe yourself down, and it's not like you stink or anything.
Exactly.
Now, do
It's
they
not
have-
coming out of your armpits. It's not like bacteria. It's just like it's like just sweat. Fester, ask your question, but I got to make 2 points to you, Michelle. Go, Fester.
Okay. Do they have showers there or anything, or you just wipe down and leave?
No, they give you towels. You go home and take your damn
I'm
shower.
asking, I don't know.
Yeah. Michelle, I don't even know. Do they have showers there?
I didn't inquire about a shower because I'm not showering anywhere like that.
Listen,
you don't need to.
They
I'm
have
coming home.
They have fresh towels. You go in, and it's like a rubber mat that you're on, but the mat has individual towels that get fitted on the mat. So you always go in. You've got fresh towels to wipe off. The mats that you lie on they have the fresh coverings on each one. They change it, obviously. I'm sure they spray down the rubber mat, and then they put a fresh towel on top every time. I've been impressed. It's very clean.
It's hygienic. It's hygienic.
It's very sanitary. And listen, if I didn't like the first time, do you think I would have gone back the second time on Sunday?
No.
Hey, Fester, you've known me for a long time. Michelle, you've known me for a long time. If I don't like something the first time, am I done with it?
One and done.
Yes.
One and done.
And you know what? And you know what? We didn't even have to twist your arm. We were just like, "You going to go with us?" And you were like, "Sure."
Yeah,
you were like on board right away.
All right, but that was the first time, just him being, a little nice. If he would have hated it, he would never have shown up again.
All right, now, folks, you want to see me in the tube? Go ahead, check me out in the tube. I took a picture. Michelle,
you can see him tubing when you go to his IG.
I'm in the tube. You can see me and my head poking out from the tube.
So weird.
Inside the infrared heat tunnel. if you want to see me in a very vulnerable position on my back.
Tubing is vulnerable.
You want to see me tubing it, go ahead and it's on my Instagram, and it's Certified MJ Radio. Hit my Instagram if you want to see me inside. Look for the darker picture with the interesting light, and then expand it. Then you'll see my head sticking out of the tube looking at the camera. Go to on Instagram, on IG, see me in the tube. You don't see me like this very often, folks. Certified MJ Radio is my personal account. Go to Certified MJ Radio. And while you're there, give me a follow as well. Yes,
hey,
Rox.
Michelle, and this question is for you also, MJ. You know what I feel like when I've done that before? You think that you would be depleted because you sweat, but I actually feel like I could run a marathon when I get out of there.
Oh my gosh.
You feel so
You
energized.
Your muscles feel so good, like you could do anything, and your skin is all smooth.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
so good for you.
The other thing I was going to say, you know that show Limitless? Does anybody in here watch the show Limitless with Chris Hemsworth?
No.
I see it on my Disney Plus, but I haven't clicked it yet.
He does all these things to try to challenge his body to live longer. It's like for regeneration in your body. And one of the things they tell you on that show is that as humans, we're not meant to just be in the perfect 69, 70 degree temperature all the time. We need to challenge ourselves and put ourselves in extreme temperatures because that's how we used to live.
That's how I do in the studio. The studio is 120 degrees every day.
Yeah.
This is my infrared sauna.
This is a sweat box. Yeah, this studio's a mess. Go ahead, Michelle. Sorry.
No, but right next door to the sweat box is what?
The ice bath.
Oh, yeah. In the same shopping center, you get the sweat place in the middle, and then on the left at the end, there's like this cool therapy, chill therapy.
We're going there next.
It's like you got to.
You look like you're about to get shot out of that thing.
You're gonna get a membership at both and just go hot cold.
Yeah.
So Michelle, I pulled up according to Healthline.com, which seems pretty official, some of the health benefits of the infrared saunas.
Better sleep, relaxation, detoxification, weight loss, relief from sore muscles, relief from joint pain such as arthritis, clear and tighter skin, improved circulation, help for people with chronic fatigue syndrome. And this is Healthline. And the same things are on the Mayo Clinic's website and the Cleveland Clinic's website. And I'm not into gimmicky stuff. And I just felt good after doing this. And I'm Mr. Anti-Gimmick Man, and I liked it.
Yeah.
So hey, Michelle, before I let you roll, what do you think of our creepy movie on Saturday night?
That's pretty creepy.
Has any... Oh, Froggy's going to say, saw it.
Well, I don't know necessarily.
I guarantee the Froggy saw this.
No, not necessarily.
Maybe his ADD didn't allow it.
I probably didn't see it. What is it?
Michelle and I watched 13 cameras.
Saw it.
told you.
Did you really?
No, I have not seen it. Is it good? Is it good?
I liked it.
Is it about a voyeur?
It's an old movie. No, it's not too old. It was I think 2016, so it's 6 years old. 13 cameras. It's about a couple that rents a house, and the landlord is this creepy dude that puts cameras all over the house and spying on them. And I don't want to give too much away, but
what is it on? Netflix?
Amazon. It was included with Prime, right?
This is why I don't do Airbnbs.
Yeah, if you have Amazon Prime, it's free. We didn't pay for it, so we're doing an Airbnb in Canada.
Yeah, good luck.
Next
You're
week.
gonna have some Canuck just sitting in his cabin right down the block, like.
Yeah, we're not going to Vail this year. We're hitting Canada for the first time to ski.
The schnitzer out and about. Let me reset the cameras.
Wow, you said out and about, just like a Canada.
Oot and a boot.
Out and about.
Oot and a boot.
They're out the house. Let's go.
And they traded that arms dealer boot out in the boot. He's out in the boot for a grinder.
Out in the boot.
But we're doing Airbnb. This will only be our second Airbnb because when we visited Chloe and picked up Chloe in Paris over the summer, we got a great deal on an Airbnb.
Yeah.
In the 16th arrondissement, whatever you say.
Yeah, because Marcel had cameras in there. He's like, oui, Mademoiselle Michelle, come to my house.
We're on deep web porn sites right now. Is that what you're saying?
Oui.
Yeah.
I have a video of a beautiful woman and a short man with puffy hair. Who's interested? Some chic bought it. I will take it.
That's his kink.
We're doing our second Airbnb ever, And we got a pretty good deal. I mean, for ski season, high season, we got a pretty good deal, actually. And, but I checked Michelle, didn't I check the place in Paris? Didn't I, I was like on chairs looking in vents and everything.
Yeah.
I checked for cameras everywhere, and I'm doing it again. When we get up to Whistler.
You and Julian, both.
Yeah, both of us. Julie and I, when we get to Whistler next Saturday, trust me, the first thing I'm going to do when we get into this Airbnb condo we rented, I'm going to be up on chairs. If I can find the ladder or something, I'm going to be looking, and I'm going to use my portable screwdriver. I'm going to be taking vents out to make sure there's nothing in there.
Make sure the second thing you do is get the Royal Canadian Mounted Police programmed into your phone in case you have any issues. You can speed dial them.
Why don't you give me the number for them? Is it 911 up there as well?
Yeah.
I don't think it's 911. Is it 911 in Canada?
Yeah. In England, it's 999.
Oh, that's what it is.
But in Canada, they, I think, adhere to 911. So, no, but I will go over the Airbnb with a fine freaking tooth comb. I'll tell you that. Looking for any kind of, cameras or any type of surveillance equipment. But 13 cameras. I recommend it. And if you have Amazon Prime, it's included. It's free, so you don't even have to pay for the damn thing. All right, Michelle, anything else before I go?
No, I'll see you soon.
Yes, you will. And you're doing the Sweatology again today, right?
Oh, yeah.
When's your week up?
Thursday.
How much was a week?
It was a special, like $49 for the week.
What?
Yeah.
Why did I do that?
Well, because you were only going 2 times.
Okay.
Would you go today?
Well, during the week is tough for me. I could only...
Yeah.
I don't know how to go during the week.
What's the time investment? Is it a 20-minute session?
No, you can do
it's a 30-minute session. Well, you could do like a 40 or 45, something like that.
I think you can do 30 or 45s. Yeah, we did 30s, and then I started off on level 7, and I sweated really, really well. And then yesterday I pumped it up to level 8. And then next time I go, I'm taking it up to Spinal Tap 11.
Whoa, you're going to melt.
What, it only goes up to what, 9, Michelle?
9.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there might be a 10, but I think they only let you go up to 9.
Gotcha. All right, sweetie. Anything else we need to talk about?
No, but let's go sweat together again.
Oh, and we went in the couples room.
Oh, did you really? Is that where you lie on top of each other?
No, you don't. No, you have separate. You're on opposite ends of the room. I'm on the right wall. She's on the left wall.
And sides of the room.
Yeah. So there were separate sweat tubes, but you can you can talk or whatever, or you can be in the same room.
Yeah,
I had to tell you to shut up.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Michelle, I want to lay in a relaxing sweat room and hear him jibber-jabbering.
Exactly. I kept telling him, you have to be quiet because, people can hear you. And so usually Chloe and I go in this social sweat. So we're together. And so I kept taunting you saying, oh, you're going to have to go with Chloe now and be naked in the room with your daughter.
Yeah. Anyway,
that's funny.
Yeah, Michelle did have to tell me to shut up a couple of times.
Hold on. Michelle had to listen to you, sweat with you, and see you naked? Oh.
All in 30 minutes.
Sweat.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun. What song is that?
Billy Idol.
Yes. What's the name of the song?
Sweat.
Sweat?
No.
Dancing with myself?
Dancing with myself, Froggy.
Sweat.
Dancing with myself. Dancing.
That's the only song they play in there?
Sweat. No, they don't play it. There's no music going in there.
Sweat.
But
Sweat.
Bring
Just
your own.
screaming
Yeah,
at you.
Bring your own, I bring my iPod.
But I liked it. I don't even know who owns it. I have no clue. So, all right, Michelle. Talk to you later.
Right. Bye.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
All right, the lovely Michelle here on the MJ Morning Show. I have a list of 11 drinks that are red flags for bartenders. You go to a bar, if you order one of these 11 drinks, these are signs, these are indicators for bartenders, and what do they learn from these drinks? 11 drinks, red flags. Do you order these drinks when you go to a bar? And are you sending a message? Are you tipping off a bartender that maybe something's not right? Are you a goofball? If you order these drinks, bartenders, there's like a code. They know what it means when you order these drinks or what the aftermath could be.
Oh, like if you order Fireball, they instantly know you're white trash.
Hang on.
Fireball.
I'm going to get to the list in just a matter of moments. Stand by. Oh, did you see, quickly here, did you see the Polk County realtor that caught strangers having sex at a client's pool?
Dude, you know the first person I thought of when I saw that story?
Who?
Andrew Duncan.
Now,
How many times has he walked in on people?
Now, why didn't you send me this story?
I saw it this morning.
Yeah, why didn't you send? Why didn't you
Because
bring
we
it up?
haven't had a chance to talk
Why
yet.
didn't you bring it up as content on the show?
Because we haven't talked yet.
Well, I guess I'm bringing it up as content on the show. All right, hold on. I want more time than what I have here. When we get back, I'll tell you what, we'll do the sex in the pool story first, and then the 11 drinks that are total red flags for bartenders, and a whole lot more. We're back in minutes. Quick break. I mean, this is a quick break, and we're back in minutes for another long chunk of the MJ Morning Show next here on Q105. Stand by. MJ Morning Show on Q105, 852. Roxanne and Froggy, Fester, me, MJ, Andrew, the producer. About an hour to go. A lot of crap to get to, including the story out of Polk County where the realtor, you ever notice that in the commercials? I've always said like realtor, a realtor.
Roxanne corrected that, remember?
Yeah.
But if you listen to some of the commercials, like the company that owns Realtor, which Realtor is like a registered trademark. You got real estate agents, and then if you belong to this, I guess, consortium or whatever, then you can use Realtor, R-E-A-L-T-O-R.
Does that mean you're going to give a real tour of the house?
No, but they in the commercials, I say realtor. Oh,
I
yeah,
say realtor, and I also hear people say realtor. They add a third syllable in there. You ever hear that? Realtor.
I don't like the word real estate as opposed to what? Is there fake estate out there, MJ?
But the story is that whatever reason, the company that owns the registered trademark for Realtor, they over-enunciate it. It's like Realtor.
Do you need a realtor?
Yeah.
I think sometimes people do that, and then people get bothered by pronunciation, but then it sticks in your head because look what we're doing. We're talking about it now, and we listen to it.
Had a couple arrested out in Polk County. Couple was arrested after the Realtor witnessed them having sex in her client's pool. They just popped on in. I mean, I guess quite literally. According to the Polk County Sheriff's Office, the Realtor was in the middle of a showing, was bringing people to the house to show the home last week, saw that there was an unknown car in the driveway, goes into the house, and then notices there were two people having sex in the pool.
Okay, so who are these two people? Are they homeowners, or were they looking? Was it like, did they have a lockbox key and they were looking at the house?
I
and
think they
got
just
turned on.
No, I think they just saw a house for sale, decided, hey, what if this has a pool back here? House for sale, vacant house.
Yeah.
They just went around back. They just opened up the back gate, went to the backyard, hopped in the swimming pool, and they're just doing some water sports in the swimming pool.
Yeah, well, they're doing more than water sports.
You know that.
Listen, that's how it went down.
And don't read into this. There's no double entendre there, folks.
Real estate.
Well, they were doing water sports because they were in the pool.
Real estate is an actual genre of porn. If you look in the genres.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they'll have a sexy real estate agent, and then they'll go in and be like,
leave
"Here's
it
the bedroom."
Leave it to Froggy to.
That's what you told me.
I didn't tell you that.
You sent me the link.
I did not.
Yeah.
I did.
So
but leave it to
real-
Froggy to know all of the crazy specific genres.
It's just what I heard.
Real estate porn, great.
So the realtor was
No, that's
Realtor.
realtor. That's a real realtor.
He's the three-syllable guy
a
right
real
here.
no realtor.
Making yourself sound
Realtor.
stupid.
Well,
The realtor drives by, is getting ready to show the house to real prospective buyers.
So the realtor
notices the car in the driveway. Two people were in the pool having sex. The property was vacant, so no one had permission to be inside the home. The deputies showed up, and the couple was in the backyard. The woman was Victoria Colon. They don't know the homeowners. They admitted just going there to have sex with the guy in the pool. Colon advised that she did not believe they were doing anything wrong. No, you're trespassing on private property, and you're doing it in somebody's pool that's not yours.
okay, besides a trespassing warrant, what else can happen to these people?
Maybe a burglary charge. I don't. If you go into the backyard, does that constitute burglary? Or you actually have to go into the conveyance?
Or what about like what is it when indecent exposure or something like that?
That's another good point.
I mean, I don't know. You're not exactly in the public. I mean, not that I know the ins and outs of indecent exposure.
And then,
laws.
of course, deputies searched the couple, and then they found a little baggie with a white crystal-like substance that was in the guy's possession. So the woman was Victoria Colon, and the guy was Joshua Jones. And the little baggie with the white crystal-like substance, that tested positive for methamphetamine. And you know what today is, right?
Well, Meth Lab Monday?
Today is Monday, folks.
Wow, what a guess.
Oh, yeah, look at that. I love when we have a meth story on a Monday.
6 o'clock already, I was just in the middle of a dream.
Uh-huh. Oh, this is not the Bangles, by the way.
I thought I heard MJ talk about crystal methamphetamine.
You did in a backyard pool in Polk County.
Just another meth lab Monday.
Oh.
The crooks are on the run day. The cops are gonna come day. It's gonna be a fun day. It's just another meth lab Monday.
Hey, MJ.
Yeah.
Hal Herman here.
Yeah, hey, Hal Herman, what's going on there, buddy?
Go ahead and say it real quick. Can you believe that 2 people were found doing it in the pool that they broke into? Go ahead, just set me up.
All right, what do you want me to, what do you want me to
He,
do?
he wants you to say,
Set
can
me
you
up, man.
believe?
All right.
Don't whisper it.
All right, Hal Herman, can you believe that 2 people had the nerve to go into a backyard pool in Polk County, for a house for sale, and just have sex in some stranger's swimming pool?
I'll tell you what, MJ. You know, it's like it went from a break and enter situation to a swim and enter. You know what I'm saying? Because they're swimming and they're doing it, you know? Because you know, when you say break and enter.
That's enough, Hal.
That's when you're entering.
Thank you, Froggy. Thank you.
All right, that was really funny.
That was awful.
Thank you. I'm going to go back under the desk.
That's actually a really
Yeah,
funny
so
joke.
Cologne was arrested for trespassing in a structure or conveyance, booked into the Polk County Jail on a $250 bond. And then Jones, he was busted, according to Channel 8, for trespassing in a structure or conveyance. And also, he was hit with the possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. And he was released on $1,750 bond in Polk County.
Man, that's a methed up situation.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You know.
All right, 11 drinks. You ready for the
Yeah.
list?
All 11?
It has, varying messages.
Okay.
So, folks, if you go to bars or restaurants with bars, and allegedly these are 11 drinks, according to Tasting Table, these are 11 drinks that are red flags for bartenders. I don't know if I'm going to get to all 11, but we'll try. What happens if you order the angel shot? What happens if you say, yeah, bartender, I'll take the angel shot?
Is that code for you want to purchase angel dust?
What? I don't
What is it?
understand.
I don't know. I've never even heard of an angel shot.
Is that a real drink?
It is not that you want to borrow angel dust. Any bartenders listening?
Is this a code drink?
Hang on.
Oh.
Any bartenders listening? What happens if somebody comes in, if a woman orders an angel shot?
I just Googled it.
Well, let's see if a bartender calls in.
I won't say anything.
If you're a bartender, what happens when a woman orders an angel shot from you? 800-990-1047. See if we can scare up a couple of bartenders. Are we too early for bartenders to call in? It's 9 o'clock.
Maybe if somebody's leaving their shift at the casino or something, but I can't think of any bars that are open right now.
So you're talking about code words.
No, I'm talking about people that work in bars at night and they might be listening, but sometimes people that work in bars go to bed really late and they're not listening to Morning Drive radio. Maybe it'll catch us later on. Any bartenders listening, what happens when somebody orders the angel shot? What does that mean to you? 800-990-1047. I'd like to know, has anyone ever done this as well? And I'll give you the list here in just a second. Hang on. We'll finish up with the next 10 after we find out about the angel shot. All right, every line is ringing. 800-990-1047. Let me grab line 1, Chris. Hey, Chris, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, MJ.
Are you a bartender, Chris?
Well, I used to be a bartender in the TV industry now. I've called before. But, yeah, I used to be a bartender. I've heard of the angel shot, but it's kind of like an internet myth thing. That's not really, unless you work at a really seedy bar, that's not really a thing. I've seen the sign for it, though, once in Colorado, but it's pretty much it.
All right, now, what is the angel shot? What do you know it to be?
Like if someone is like creeping on you, or if you feel really uncomfortable in the situation, you say you want to order the angel shot, and the bartender then will, I got you, and then they'll call you a cab or they'll call security or whatever and get you out of the situation.
Angel shots and alert. Chris, thanks for the call. Let me grab Ryan. Ryan's in Bradenton. Hey, Ryan.
Morning. How you doing?
Angel Shot. Has anybody ever ordered an Angel Shot from you?
Not from me, but at the bar I bartend at, it has happened a couple times.
Gotcha. And how do you describe an Angel Shot?
Usually we will walk the party out to their car, out to their cab, or whatever. They need, like, assistance from us. They're a little scared of whoever they're talking to, hanging out with, and they want our help.
There you go. So,
interesting.
Ryan, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Lisa in Largo. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, good morning. I was going to say the same thing as Ryan. I'm not a bartender, but I have heard of the Angel Shot. If you're in a situation where you're with a guy or somebody that you feel scared of, you can order the Angel Shot, and the bartender will escort you to your car and make sure that you're safe.
Yep. So the Angel Shot is a fictional drink that is actually a code invented to send out a signal for help to a bartender, a server, or any staff member. Generally, a woman who orders the beverage is asking the employee to intervene on their behalf because the date that they are on has gone south quickly, or someone's creeping on them, someone's bugging them, they're in fear for their safety. And, my question would be, how many restaurants and bars in training, how many managers make sure that the whole staff knows what the Angel Shot means if somebody orders it? Lisa, thanks for the call. All right, one more on this. Jessica's in Clearwater. Jessica, you're a bartender?
Yes, I am.
Have you ever had someone order the Angel Shot?
I have not, but they have ordered it from the bar that I worked at.
And do you know what the circumstances were on why they felt they needed to alert you guys?
They were on a date, and they felt very uncomfortable with the persons they were with. The date kept trying to force them to drink more and more.
Wow. And the place where you work, is it pretty much known that, do they train you do they go over this, that if anyone orders the Angel Shot, it means that your customer might be in trouble?
Yes, they actually have it posted up in the women's bathroom.
Really? What does it say?
Mm-hmm. That if you feel uncomfortable due to a date or with somebody within the bar, go to the bar and order an Angel Shot, and we'll help you.
Wow! So it's posted in the back.
Well, that makes sense.
Wow! I think that's really
cool. Yeah.
That's proactive, is what it is. And where do you work? What type of bar is it in Clearwater?
It is.
Do you want to mention the name of the bar?
I don't.
Okay, no problem. But I think that's very proactive, and clearly they're concerned about your safety. If in the ladies' room there's a note saying, "Hey, order the Angel Shot if you feel unsafe." Hey, thank you, Jessica. Appreciate the call.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, so that's the Angel Shot. Now, folks, if you're just tuning in, we're going over 11 drinks that are red flags for bartenders. Now, they're not all like these fictitious drinks to alert that there's a problem. So that's Angel Shot. Another red flag for bartenders, the Long Island iced tea.
Oh, God, those are scary.
Yeah, because, man, they can get you drunk off your butt.
Why? Just because they're so strong?
Yeah, if you're going to order one of those, you're there to get slammed.
Right, so that means if someone's on a mission just to get blasted.
Oh.
Yeah, the Long Island iced tea, 4 words may conjure up a hot day at your favorite pool bar. Then there's a whole story like who really invented the Long Island iced tea. There's all kinds of like stories and all kinds of folklore of where it came from. But the Long Island iced tea features clear liquors like vodka, rum, gin, tequila, triple sec, or some places will use Cointreau, like a higher quality triple sec. Cointreau is really good.
I love Cointreau.
Cointreau is probably one of the most underutilized
liquor.
It's like it's like a liqueur that
it's good in sangria.
Yeah, a lot of people just don't know how good Cointreau actually is.
You can sip it too. Yeah.
But the warning sign is it's one of the strongest drinks to order at a bar. So that's a red flag if someone's ordering a Long Island iced tea, or let's say they're ordering Long Island iced teas for their date. Oh, yeah, she'll have another. She'll have another. She'll have another. Just, the percentage of alcohol by volume is among the strongest you can get with the amount of alcohol in a Long Island iced tea.
So sweet.
So just the alcohol content will be a red flag. All right, number 3 on the list, flaming drinks.
I don't know that I've ever ordered a flaming drink.
Like a flaming Dr. Pepper. Is that one of the flaming drinks?
I don't know. A flaming. What the
Is
hell
that
is it?
did I just make that up, or was that a thing?
I've never heard of a flaming Dr. Pepper.
I mean, it might be a thing. I just don't
it's a
know about
thing.
it.
Yeah, flaming cocktails. Today, it's somewhat of a red flag. However, insurance companies point out that white hot glass can create a perma grin scar, like Batman.
Who would do this?
Well, because
Like the Joker.
But the shot rim or the glass rim, if you have a flaming shot, it could make the glass so hot that you put it up to your face, and then you could get like a burn scar from the hot glass rim, and you end up looking like Joker face.
Oh my goodness! I gotta see some pictures.
Not my poker, my poker face, my Joker face.
Why so serious?
So what the hell's a flaming Dr. Pepper?
Yeah,
Is that like a millennial drink or something?
No, it's actually old school.
Is it?
I think
It looks
because
like-
I remember it from my days in bars vaguely.
Have you ever had a flaming Dr. Pepper?
I think I did. That's what I'm saying. By the time I had it, I didn't remember.
But you don't have a Joker grin, luckily.
No,
Yeah.
thank goodness. But it's a half. It's a pint glass, half full of beer, amaretto, a 151 proof rum, and then you light it on fire.
Speaking of drinking, we'll continue with the list. During the last commercial break, I did post the video of Chloe making fun of me. We were out to dinner on Saturday night, and I was enjoying a phenomenal Rhone varietal in Hermitage, and nice, reasonably priced, but it was so good. And after about an hour, it opened up phenomenally, and I'm enjoying. I'm just like savoring, and I'm trying to aerate in my mouth. And Chloe took video of me, and Chloe's making fun of me. So if you want to see that,
I didn't notice that part. There's something else distracting me in the video.
what was that?
Fester, bring it up.
I'm pulling it up.
See if you agree.
What's distracting you?
Well, it's a very low-cut dress Michelle has on.
Oh, really? Oh, you're staring at my wife's boobs?
Well, just right there.
Not her boobs, her décolletage. She has a very beautiful décolletage.
What did you say? She
What?
is? Roxanne.
I meant her boobs.
Yeah. So
All right. If you want to see the video of Michelle in her low-cut outfit and Chloe making fun of me, as I say, I finished mine, and then Chloe had like half a glass left, but Chloe ordered, what the hell happened? My little girl went from drink boxes she went from juice boxes to freaking Cosmopolitans. Like, what happened?
Oh, she drank Cosmos?
And now she drinks the Cosmos, and then she goes and sweats them out in the sweatology.
What happened? So I took her half a glass of this wine because it was so good, and I'm sorry, I was gonna savor it. I even said I'm commandeering this. So if you want to see that video, if you
do that in the restaurant,
if you want to see a picture of 21-year-old Chloe sipping on a Cosmo. What happened to this cute little girl? My God, she's like a grown woman now. There's a really adorable picture.
Oh, my God.
I do love Michelle's dress. Whoa.
Did I tell you?
There's a really adorable picture of Chloe. And that and the new video with Michelle's low cut and me sipping the wine. These are on my Instagram. You can see all of this at Certified MJ Radio. Certified MJ Radio. And feel free to give me a follow while you're there. Certified MJ Radio. All right, moving along.
Chloe's giving me whiplash with this poor camera handling.
You got to listen to the audio as she's moving the camera all around. All right, so flaming shots we did. The next red flag for bartenders when you order a top shelf Bloody Mary. You know what the problem is with a top shelf Bloody Mary?
It's supposed to be a drink for the low end stuff.
Yeah.
Is
that what it is?
Yeah, it's so munged up with all the mixes and why do you need to waste a top shelf like vodka in a Bloody Mary?
So what does that indicate to the bartender? That you're a novice? That you're an idiot?
What is the problem with that?
You're a schmuck.
Because you don't need to.
But what if you like it? That's the question.
Because you really can't taste the expensive, higher-priced vodka in a Bloody Mary.
But what if it prevents you from, say, a hangover or something? I don't want Sailor Jerry's in mine. I want some top shelf stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm saying.
I agree.
Listen, I'm telling you what the professional bartenders are saying.
God, it sounds like these bartenders are a little judgy. A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, so far they're pretty on point.
Well, they're going to judge you if you went top shelf in your Bloody Mary?
Because the Bloody Mary is what? Mostly tomato juice.
I wouldn't order one of those anyway. It's just the point.
Good point.
Thank you.
I'm just telling you that top shelf vodkas like Grey Goose, Kettle One, bartenders are saying should not end up in a Bloody Mary. That you should not order.
I can see that because you're not going to taste it, but I would never drink vodka that's not top shelf because I don't want a headache.
Whoa.
Oh, by the way, we're giving away Trans-Siberian Orchestra tickets at 9:20.
That's cool.
So moments away.
TSO.
Keep listening. We'll give away Trans-Siberian Orchestra tickets in minutes, in 7 minutes at 9:20 here on the MJ Morning Show. So heads up, that's a red flag. I'm not going to go through detail on all these, but ranked number one on liquor.com's most complicated cocktails list is the Commonwealth. Have you ever heard of this drink?
No.
The Commonwealth.
The
What?
Commonwealth has 71 ingredients.
Oh, God.
Yeah, then that's a high maintenance person ordering that.
Total red flag beverage, a 71 ingredient drink. The drink was created for the 2014 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. And apparently it is very rare to find a bar that will actually be able to make you a Commonwealth, the most complex cocktail ever. Yeah, tell you what, folks, next time you're out at a bar, ask for a Commonwealth.
I got a question. Is the Red Snapper on there?
Hang on a minute. Impossible mocktails are on the list. Corona Rita?
Oh, that's a margarita with a Corona in
Yeah,
it.
this red flag cocktail should come with an asterisk that reads, if you're partying in a Miami nightclub or on spring break in Cancun, you might get a pass. Having said that, mention Miami nightclubs or Cancun spring breaks to any bartender, and they'll envision more flags than a used car lot on President's Day. Why? The visual probably contains an intoxicating combination of time and place. Anyway, the Corona Rita beer cocktails, that just sounds disgusting to me. Vodka and Red Bull is on the list.
That's a
normal drink, isn't
That's
it?
great.
Yeah.
That's like you're trying to do, like, I call it a speedball.
But you got the uppers and the
ups
downers.
downs.
Yeah, it's up and down. You got the Red Bull that's trying to jack you up, and then you got the alcohol that's a depressant.
You're looking for trouble. You're looking to be out of your mind but stay up all night.
Exactly.
Line me up 3 of those.
Key lime pie martini with graham cracker rim is a red flag.
Sick.
A bartender
Just
might
so
try to
sweet.
argue that this morphing of a classic drink points to an inexperienced drinker. Number 11, finally, orange juice and vodka.
Kamikaze.
Ordering this, orange juice with vodka, ping pongs, red flags off bar stools every time because it's wrong on 2 levels. The first reason is that pouring vodka into a glass and adding orange juice has a name. It's called a screwdriver.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. What's a kamikaze?
No, it's not. Did you say kamikaze? No.
Screwdriver, that's right.
Vodka and orange juice is a screwdriver.
What's a kamikaze?
Every bartender knows how to make it. But regardless of its origin, like the Bloody Mary, the screwdriver is a staple for Sunday brunches because most cocktails are built by adding the alcohol component first. The other reason that ordering orange juice with vodka sends up red flags is that the order of ingredients is backward. So apparently, just order a screwdriver.
So no Red Snapper?
Yeah.
No.
And one last thing on the whole drink issue. And, I mean, this is just stupid. When I was talking about using top shelf liquors in some drinks, like the Bloody Mary.
Right.
You don't need to order the most expensive vodka in the house to go into Bloody Mary mix, for crying out loud. It's a waste. I was at a restaurant in Vail, and I'll tell you what, you got a lot of people that have more money than brains. I was at a bar. We were waiting for our table. We were at a bar at an Italian restaurant in Vail. This is probably 5-6 years ago, and having a conversation with the bartender. And I saw the beautiful bottle on display of Louis the 13th, the cognac. You ever seen that? It's sometimes a shot could be like a couple of $100, $250, whatever it is. A shot. This is This is Louis the 13th cognac, and it comes in this unbelievably elaborate, beautiful crystal bottle. Just the bottles will sell for, Fester, go to eBay.
Okay.
Seriously, go to eBay right now, and I bet you there are some Louis the 13th cognac, beautiful crystal bottles on eBay. Fester, how long does it take? My God.
Go to eBay, type in the web address. It comes up. It loads.
All right, type in Louis, Louis.
Hurry.
Louis, space.
Space.
Now do XII.
XII.
Bottle.
You said
no.
13.
You did ones, you dummy.
Hold on. You said.
I said XII, not X11.
All right, so it's 3 I's because you want 13.
3 I's, yes. XII. Louis the 13th. So now the bottle, Louis the 13th bottles. No, you did Louis the 12th.
I did Louis 1, 2, 3.
Is there 3 on there? Okay.
1, 2, 3.
All right. So
how much do you think they cost?
I've seen for hundreds of dollars.
All right, so here's a guy selling an empty bottle with the box for $225.
Yeah, there's some for $175, $107.50, $225. I thought the bottles went for more than that. But the point is, I didn't get to the story yet. The bartender told me, I said, I don't know how we got into it, but we got into the story about dumb customers. And I can't remember what precipitated the conversation, but he told me that he had a recent customer that ordered Louis the 13th cognac at a couple of $100 a shot mixed with Diet Coke. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you?
What if they like it?
Come on, who would mix that type of expensive cognac
with a little DC
with Diet Coke? That is the dumbest thing. That's called having more money than brains. That is an idiotic, stupid move.
Wow, look at you judging people.
What do you mean judging? I'm not judging. It's just you're a dummy.
I agree. He sucks.
Yeah.
If you do that. All right, and then I think we're done. I think I'm finished with the list of the 11 red flags. And probably the most significant red flag to know is the angel shot. So, ladies, what about guys? Can guys what if you're
out of here shot, please?
What if you're in a bar with Jeffrey Dahmer? Can you? Yeah. What if you? I mean, because Jeffrey Dahmer was picking up guys in the gay bar. What if you order the angel shot and you're afraid of your Jeffrey Dahmer-like date or something?
Angel shot might mean something different there.
Yeah. How about that? And don't confuse the angel shot with angel's envy. Oh, you know what? What if you say to somebody, "Hey, give me a shot of angel's envy"? I wonder if that ever gets confused. Because angel's envy is good stuff.
Yeah, you just order some whiskey and the cops come.
I'll tell you what, I like the angel's envy finished rye with the green label. That's good stuff.
Don't order an angel trumpet either, because that's a totally different experience.
Yeah, those grow in your yard. Do you remember that story? Those idiots made spaghetti sauce with angel's trumpet. Remember that?
That's the only greatest angel story ever.
That's not greatest. They died, I think, or they had
whole
liver.
Family.
They had liver damage.
Oh.
They were trying to make the whole family hallucinate, and they put the angel's trumpet, which do grow on trees here in Florida. They put it in tomato sauce for like spaghetti dinner at the house, and I think people died. That was like 10, 15 years ago.
It's awful.
I think it happened like in Sarasota or Bradenton. It was a local story.
Don't do that.
Anyway, the image of Chloe, oh my God. I mean, I don't know what happened to my little princess. Now she looks like this grown-up woman.
That's what happens.
She was sipping a juice box. The last time she was sipping a juice box. Now she's sipping Cosmopolitans. Yeah, if you want to see Chloe Saturday night, we took her out for dinner. If you want to see her, the image of Chloe, 21 years old, on my Instagram, go to Certified MJ Radio, Certified MJ Radio, and you can see it. And then also the video of me. She's mocking me. They're making fun of me as I sip wine and really savor the up front, and then savoring the middle, and just enjoying the hell out of the beautiful finish on that sucker.
You're lying. You don't taste nothing.
Yes, I do. Anyway, the all the pictures, the video. Check out my personal Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is coming up next. If you see a squirrel that you want to get rid of because it's a nuisance, do not do this. Also, the Walmart scam and a whole lot more. We got a lot to get to in the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show next. But first, let's do some Trans-Siberian Orchestra tickets. Now, it's going to be this Sunday in Amalie, and $1 from every ticket purchase goes to the Q105 Mason-Dixon Christmas Wish Fund. But right now, I'm giving away a 4-pack. Not 2, but 4. A family 4-pack of tickets to go see Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And if you talk to anyone that's been to one of those concerts, they love it.
Yeah, phenomenal.
They say it is incredible. Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Let's go. This says family 4-pack.
Okay.
So what are we doing here?
Does Andrew say something different?
I have $1 from every ticket goes. We're giving away family 4-packs of tickets 4 times every day, $9.20. So what is it? Am I giving away a 4-pack? Am I giving away 2? It says family 4-pack. All right.
Well, this one's a 4-pack. You already said it.
I'm giving away a 4-pack right now.
We can't take it back.
That's what it says. All right, family 4-pack right now, Trans-Siberian Orchestra tickets for this Sunday, December 18th. And I'll go with caller number 30 right now. Caller 30, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Good luck from Q105. Now, it always makes me feel good when I'm driving around, let's say, South Tampa, because I live in South Tampa. 9:33. All right, guys, we got to go quickly here because I have so much. If I don't get all this in today, I'm going to be really, really aggravated.
We only got 16 hours left to do a show.
I mean, come on, we got to get it in today.
We got to get everything in. We only got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 16.
Listen, Friday could be my last show. Listen, you guys might continue. It might be the Froggy, Fester, and Roxanne show.
I would really recommend that.
No, it's the Froggy Roxanne show. I'm out.
Yeah, right.
Dude, I'm bringing a box tomorrow to pack the office.
Me and Roxanne
Hey,
will do
listen,
it.
Friday when I leave, I'm taking my file cabinet with me.
Yeah.
Now, does Froggy,
I'm
does
out.
Roxanne and friends have a ring to it?
I'm not. You think I'm going to leave my filing cabinet here over a break when I don't have a contract?
No, we take the filing cabinet.
That's all my personal stuff in there. All my computer,
That's
my
a
laptop.
baller. That's a baller negotiation.
All right, no more games.
Yeah.
Call Wade.
What? No, listen.
Taking the filing cabinet. Ooh.
Yeah, Wade will move it for you.
I need 2 college brothers to drop off a box so I can pack up our office.
I got a little 2-drawer filing cabinet that I bought for like $59. The gauge of metal on this filing cabinet, it's about the same as Reynolds wrap.
I mean,
okay,
picture metal paper.
I think I could poke my finger through this filing cabinet. All right, so we got a lot to do here.
We're wasting time here.
Incidentally, we just gave away the tickets to Trans-Siberian Orchestra for this Sunday, and we're doing them all week long. And this is what's great. So just now, Andrew, we gave away Fifth Row. Just now, we gave away a 4-pack of Fifth Row tickets. These are great seats. And guess what? It's the countdown. And coming in, tomorrow we'll give away Fourth Row. We'll do a 4-pack of Fourth Row at 9:20. Then on Wednesday, Third Row. Thursday, Second Row.
Oh, let me guess, Friday.
And then Friday, my possible last day here at Q105 doing the MJ Morning Show.
last row.
Last day, last row.
That should be the promotion.
No, it's first row.
Oh.
So on Friday, we'll give away front row seats, 4-pack.
Interesting.
How about that? All right, man, we got to do a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, you're burning daylight, buddy.
Yeah, I realize that. First of all, if you've got a squirrel that's a nuisance, don't shoot at the squirrel. Guess where the bullet went? A 76-year-old dummy up in Minnesota, 76-year-old guy, you'd think he'd know better, facing criminal charges. He was shooting at a squirrel because the squirrel apparently was messing with his bird feeder.
That's right.
So if a squirrel's in your bird feeder, what do?
You build him a feeder.
Yeah, come up with a little squirrel feeder.
Shoot the squirrel.
No, you don't shoot the squirrel.
Not the little squirrel.
Listen, this 76-year-old guy in East Grand Forks, Minnesota, was arrested over the weekend. Why? The neighbor next door spotted bullet holes in the side of their home and even a bullet hole in the window of their son's bedroom. The 76-year-old was shooting at the squirrel with a .22 caliber rifle because the squirrel was in the bird feeder, so he was taking shots at the squirrel. The neighbor's house is hit by bullets. It's riddled, and a bullet goes through the window into the son's bedroom.
How's the squirrel?
Oh, my God, and the squirrel's fine.
Yes. Squirrel's like,
You're a bad shot, old man.
Squirrel's just fine. He told officers that he had shot at squirrels at least 6 times over the past 2 years because he considered it a war. He thought he was at war with the squirrels over the bird feeder.
I saw like 20 squirrels run across the street yesterday together. It must have been some sort of squirrel gang.
The squirrel gang.
It was a gang initiation.
Yeah.
Or something. And my dad had the same problem where the squirrel was stealing.
Or you know what? They're known to do doorbell ditch.
Yeah.
Yeah, ding dong ditch. Yeah.
They'll kick your ass.
They do that quite a bit. Yeah, you got to watch out for that.
Well, my dad, and he fixed it by building a little bench for the squirrels and put a little corn cob.
Yeah.
That's lovely. All right, so this guy gets a bird feeder about 2 years ago, and then the squirrel started eating the bird feeder seed, and then he said that he was at war with the squirrel, so he shoots at him.
Let the birds handle it.
The man's wife said to him, "Well, I told you." So as the 76-year-old guy's getting arrested, the wife, I'm sure Mildred or something, she's like 76 also, she's saying, "See, I told you." Well,
shut up, Mildred. I'm tired of it.
Anyway, the guy was charged with recklessly handling a dangerous weapon, misdemeanor, blah, blah, blah. All right, the Walmart story. I had this last week, just didn't get to it. Did you see the couple that tricked the Walmart cashier and they walked out with over $6,000 in merch?
What?
Ooh.
Yeah. A guy and a gal, a man and a woman in Georgia, they were just confusing the hell out of the Walmart cashier in order to steal over $6,000 in merchandise and gift cards. The pair loaded up a Walmart cart with a bunch of expensive items. This is Grovetown, Georgia. According to the Columbia County Sheriff's Office, when they got to the cash register, they made several card transactions. The two people managed to confuse the cashier when they asked that the cash button on the register be hit in order for their credit card to work. The tactic then led to the merchandise getting rung up as if it would be paid for by cash, so their credit cards were not charged. And the cashier fell for it. They left the store with $3,400 in merchandise in the cart and $3,000 in gift cards. Theft by deception is what and there are pictures of the man and the woman.
How old was the cashier?
77 years old and shoots its bird feeders. No, there's no indication. Oh, listen, the cashier, the cashier could be a young kid. Who the hell knows?
You get a cashier on their first day and they don't know how to work the system.
But how's that for a racket? Hey, yeah, push the cash button. I can't. It's not working. And then it didn't go to the cart. I didn't even know that was a possibility. Wow. Hey, congratulations to Kanye West. He was named the Anti-Semite of the Year.
I'm sure he's proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. So Kanye West has been named the Anti-Semite of the Year.
Who gives out that award?
The watchdog group is called Stop Anti-Semitism. So, yay. Yeah, good for you, Kanye.
Is there an actual trophy?
Hey, identify this song. I want you to identify this song. Tell me what this is. And I don't know if you guys know why this is in the news, but do you know this song?
Pretty normal beat.
Yeah, Dan Mandis is coordinating the music this morning here on the MJ Morning Show. Guys, you know this?
It's not Jump For My Love, is it?
No, you know what? It has a very similar intro.
Is it something like Dancing on the Ceiling? My clothes
No,
off?
but it sounds like Jump For My Love. It sounds like the Pointer Sisters, but it's not.
I know this song. I know it.
I got a feeling in my feet.
I'm feeling good from my head to my shoes. Know where I'm going and I know what to do. I'm tied up in my point of view. I got a new attitude.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Laura. Whatever happened to her?
Dr. Laura.
That was her intro song.
Yeah.
That was Dr. Laura's intro song.
Ew.
So that, of course, is the fabulous Patti LaBelle. Do you know what happened at a Patti LaBelle Christmas show up in Detroit?
No, what happened to Patti LaBelle?
Somebody phoned in a bomb threat.
Oh my God, not Miss LaBelle.
770.
Listen.
Hold up.
She's at the microphone talking to the audience when these security guys come up and they grab her and they start pulling her away from the microphone. And she's like, wait!
770. Hold up.
How about you let the audience know?
They didn't say a word. So you're taking Patti LaBelle off stage because there's a bomb threat, but the whole audience is left.
You guys would be good.
And
LaBelle,
then, all right. And then 10 seconds after they got Patti LaBelle off stage, at last count, the death toll is at 110.
Wasn't a very popular crowd there.
I'm kidding.
Patti LaBelle must draw more than that.
No bomb went off. But there was who would call it a bomb threat? The Patti LaBelle.
Someone who needs a new attitude.
I mean, she's a national treasure.
You would think you that Burt
Oh,
Bacharach.
I'm sorry. I said Detroit. It was Milwaukee. Correction.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing. All right. So it was Milwaukee, and Patti LaBelle was in the middle of her Saturday night show. She was, I guess it's like a Christmas themed deal at the Riverside Theater, and they ushered her off stage. But who the hell, who calls it a bomb threat?
I would love to see a Patti LaBelle show. I've never seen her.
Who the hell calls it a bomb threat to a Patti LaBelle show, for crying out loud? Come on.
Good old Patti.
Yeah. Remember this one? This was a great song, too.
Yeah, Christina Aguilera did it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this was remade by Aguilera.
Go, sister. Go, sister.
Patti LaBelle ripped ripped off Christina Aguilera?
No, the other way around.
Oh.
Lady
New
Marmalade.
Orleans. That's a great song.
Lady Syrup?
What?
It's basically like Lady Syrup?
Yeah.
You ready? Let's go. A little kitschy. Oh, yeah. Give me some voulet. I need some voulet. There's my voulet. Yeah.
What are they saying?
What?
What are they saying?
That's French,
I
buddy.
want to.
I want to bleep you.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what that
okay.
means.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Dude, you don't know French?
Nope.
You
It
don't
just
know.
means I want to sleep with you.
Yeah.
Fries and kissing.
Froggy, listen. All right, learn some French here.
Okay.
Voulez
Voulet.
vous coucher avec moi? Voulez vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Is ce soir to? Okay, I know avec is with.
Soir.
Moi is me. Ce soir is.
Voulez vous coucher avec moi?
Ichiban.
Incompetent.
Would you like to sleep with me tonight?
Something like that. Yeah.
Would you like to sleep with me tonight? No, that can't be that.
They couldn't sing it in English?
Yeah.
I want to know what putz calls it a bomb threat to a Patti LaBelle concert. What's next? Axel F?
Does she have a...
Okay, Axel F show.
Yeah, there we go. What else before we get out of here? Oh, a couple of things on the Bucks deal. Did you see that the guy that intercepted one of Tom Brady's passes asked Tom Brady for an autograph on the football that he intercepted?
All right, so I got a couple of thoughts on that.
This is the NFL on Fox. Now, here's analyst Fester.
All right, first of all, the Bucks sucked yesterday.
Oh, my God, yes.
Call that analysis.
35-7. It was like a shutout for a long time. Brady threw 2 interceptions. If I heard the commentators say one more time, and Tom Brady's back in his own backyard because he grew up 2 miles from the stadium, and I also heard them say, and Tom Brady bought 100 tickets for friends and family. Great spend watching them. You guys suck.
So Drake Greenlaw is the defender for the 49ers. He intercepts it. How cool is it on both fronts? One, to have enough respect for a guy to want to get his autograph.
Yep.
And then for Tom to do it. I mean, think about it. These ball players who are playing now, these new guys in the league, Tom Brady's been playing their entire lives.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tom should have been like, bleep you,
So,
kid.
49ers, Drake Greenlaw asked Tom Brady, hey, can you sign the football that you threw that I intercepted?
Ugh.
And you see Brady on the field with a Sharpie signing the guy's football.
I mean, Tom is such a legend. He is the best football player ever. The greatest football he is.
Ever?
Right.
Ever.
And
Ever.
that Brock Purdy, I mean, what a day. That guy was like he's like third string quarterback. I think it was like the final pick in the draft also.
Do you know what they call that?
Yeah, you said it.
If you're the last person in the draft.
Yeah, hold on. The last person in the draft, I think, Mr. Irrelevant.
What a guess.
Mr. Irrelevant.
I'm going to give that to, that's Froggy's new nickname.
Hey.
Froggy's now Mr. Irrelevant.
I'll take
Is that it?
Hey, did you guys hear what Todd Bowles said about the team after the game?
Yeah, he's like, man, we really suck today.
He said they had a brain fart. But like when you think of a brain fart, I think like a little blip. That was a 4-quarter
He said,
blip.
I'm Todd Bowles, and I got smoked like a Bowles.
That was full-blown explosive diarrhea is what that was. That was a liquefied blast. That's like you got to throw that underwear away.
I've never thought of Todd Bowles getting smoked like a Bowles, Froggy. Thank you.
Smoked like Bowles.
You're not that irrelevant after all.
Thank you.
What else before we get out of here? Anyway, I just thought it was cool that Tom Brady at least signed the guy's intercepted football, you know?
Thanks for kicking my ass, man.
And
Good job.
This Purdy guy, is he the real deal that
No.
just got, or is that just a lucky game?
Look, A, the Bucks aren't that great this year. B, nobody's ever seen this guy play before, so they didn't know what to expect.
His name is Brock.
You know, the rumors are circulating that Tom Brady might do one more year in the NFL.
Oh.
I don't know, but we're expecting him to retire at the end of this season. But there are rumors starting to circulate that maybe Tom, with Giselle out of the picture, that maybe Tom Brady will do one more year with the NFL. Maybe not with the Bucs, though. Maybe with another team.
Those rumors were really, really swirly prior to that game.
Yeah. San Francisco is one of those potential teams.
Yeah, he should take Brock Purdy's position.
We got to get out of here. I'm running late. I'm going to hear from Ted. Well, you're 4 minutes late today. Yeah, well.
16 hours.
All right. Folks, we'll see you back here tomorrow for the MJ Morning Show. Before we do get